hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes moon pie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes moon pie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes moon pie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes moon pie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fun, and games in the world we know. Future calls and the table is set. Take the leap, our best quest yet. Sometimes moon pie. From the first light to the game's last stand, chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet. Nobody talk.
Hey y'all, quick heads up before we get started. This episode of Beyond the Quest is recorded live and is presented unedited. That means it's happening raw, real, and in the moment. So if you hear a random buzz, a kid cameo, or me pressing the wrong button, that's just part of the Beyond the Quest charm. If there happens to be a technical hiccup, well, let's be honest, that's probably McMedic or MoonPie's fault. Today's episode will touch on some sensitive topics, including deep depression, self harm, and suicide. We want you to hear these stories, but please listen at your own discretion. If you're struggling, you're not alone. Call or text 988 in the US or check your local resources. You're going to hear from real life first responders and people living out their Christian faith. So expect some death, some laughs, and and at least one story we probably should have ran by a lawyer. Speaking of which, let's meet your host. There's McMedic. He insists that he's the team's moral compass, and he's our medic, which is adorable. He can patch a wound in 30 seconds, but he can't keep his internet alive for more than one full sentence. If we freeze, let's blame his router's midlife crisis. There's MoonPie. He shows up with snacks, charm, and a chin that desperately needs an emotional support beard. He's also the proud owner of an upload speed that files a missing person report every episode. Then there's Taco. He arrives with encyclopedic knowledge on everything you never asked about, and none of the humility. Somehow he makes all of us and you feel less superior, and yet we still clap when he's right about the 14th century spoon customs. And me, I'm here trying to babysit the internet gremlins, the chat, and the internet issues, usually in that order. The views and opinions are our own and do not necessarily reflect that of our sponsors, partners, or the group Slim Chance Gaming. Though let's be honest, they're probably shaking their heads already. Coffee is encouraged, prayers for our internet are always welcome, and if MoonPie gets emotional, just remember, he's still learning how to cope without that emotional support beard. Big shout out to our sponsor, Angry Vet Nation, for supporting the mission and keeping the chaos rolling. All right, everybody, seatbelts on, mics hopefully on, MoonPie, and let's enjoy this beautiful disaster we call a podcast.
I have to say, probably the best intro yet.
I worked on that all morning. That's
However,
why I was a
I
little
felt
late
a
getting in
little
here.
attacked.
Beautiful and hurtful all at the same time.
Yeah. Good morning, everybody, though. Welcome back.
Made me forget
to
that
the
I hurt
show.
my finger.
It seems like it's been a while since we've had all of us here,
Yeah.
but I'm excited for that.
Good to be here. Bar
Um,
ran real good.
But before we jump into the actual show, Napkins wanted to share a little something, and then if it's okay with everybody, we're gonna have a quick prayer.
Yeah, so we got a little bit of an update to where our brother Super Mario Cousin has been. As some of you know, he did take a position with Angry Vet Nation They came back from their honeymoon, and he's kind of been MIA since. We did get an update from him this morning, and um, they are suffering a pretty significant loss and some health issues. So they have they've asked for everybody to be in prayer for peace, understanding, and comfort during this time. So
Yeah. So, MoonPie, if you want, you lead us in a quick prayer for Mario and Peach.
Yeah. Precious Lord, we humbly come before you and we thank you, God, for your grace and your mercy. Your word tells us that your mercy is new every day. And Lord, we bring before you our friends, God, our brother and sister. Lord, we don't know exactly how they're feeling right now, but God, we know that you see their heart. You said in your word that you are near to the brokenhearted and you do not refuse a contrite spirit. And God, with the pain of loss and these medical issues, God, we ask, Lord, that you give them the wisdom to navigate. And God, not only that you give them the wisdom to navigate through this, but Lord, that you give them your peace that passes understanding. Not the world's peace, but your peace, God, that comforts us in the midst of every storm, that gives us hope when we see no light, God, that gives us strength when we just don't think we can take another step forward. But I ask you, Lord, to just wrap your arms around them right now. Remind them that they are loved. Remind them that they are surrounded by people who are lifting them up to the throne room, God. Remind them that no matter how hard it seems right now, no matter how bad or bleak it may feel or look, God, that there is always an end to the storm. And Lord, that ultimately, if we hold on to you, God, that the sun will begin to break through every cloud. And Lord, that you will cause that joy to be restored, and God, that you will cause hope to rise again, because you are hope. You are our strength. You are our peace. And Lord, I just pray for encouragement to come over them. And Lord, that even this morning, God, that you would just remind them, Lord, that you are near and not far, and that you will carry them every step. God, we give you the glory, honor, and praise. We thank you. In Jesus' name,
Amen.
amen.
Amen. Yeah, everybody just remember Mario and Peach and in your prayers. They're family, guys. Don't have to meet them in person to know that they're family and love them. I think ever since Mario come the first time, he fit in perfect. And then Peach showed up, and just as awesome as he was, we even helped him with the proposal.
Yep. We weren't invited to the wedding.
I knew that was
was
coming.
coming.
Somebody's salty. Anyways, how are y'all this morning?
Pretty
Itchy.
good. Pretty good.
Did you say peachy?
Said itchy.
Oh.
I found out in Oklahoma there's lots of chiggers. And there's just something about me that they enjoy.
Oh.
Bot.
You got a bot. Don't you feel special?
Get gone now.
Body.
So, fellers, I wanted to ask this morning, because I've been dying for us all to get on, because I wanted to know your thoughts about the Cracker Barrel situation.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, their whole redesign and rebranding.
Rebranding Cracker Barrel.
You know, actually, funny thing is, as I was walking in here to get on um the computer, I had just watched a video where overnight their stock price has
Oh, yeah.
dropped
Plummeted,
like
Oh,
son.
yeah.
I was just reading that.
Bottom of the barrel.
15%. It dropped over $2 million
You know,
in one night.
so since their stock plummeted and everything, that CEO finally released another statement and said that this is just the minority vocals that are whining about us moving in the right direction.
Yeah, made the comment that MAGA does not have to eat here.
I was like, you
Let me
do
double down
realize
on a
that
bad
many
decision.
people that are not backing you is your customer base, correct?
I'm pretty sure she's the same CEO that got fired from Taco Bell.
I was gonna
Taco
say, is it
Bell?
the same one who was running
I
things at
think.
Bud Light?
No, however, I did watch another podcast that I thought was kind of interesting who was bringing up how Cracker Barrel is kind of trying to follow the same way that the CEO did with Bud Light. And so what blew his mind was, so if you look at the CEO that was over Bud Light, had never tasted a sip of Bud Light, and just said, we don't need to cater to the
these
frat
people.
boys. And I was like, okay. Well, come to find out, the CEO of Cracker Barrel had never ate at Cracker Barrel.
Wow.
And I was like, how?
Get hired. So can I just go be the CEO of something I've never been a part of in my life?
Right?
You know, that kind of makes me think of, it is actually a different TikTok I watched this week, but this I'm not going to mention her handle or anything because I don't want to call her out, but she just had graduated with a master's degree from Duke University and was going into corporate for McDonald's, like the main chain corporate McDonald's, like in the office building, wearing a suit every day. And they said, cool, this position's yours, but before you can step into it, you have to work 12 weeks as a store manager.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
she was on
Makes
TikTok
sense.
basically complaining about it. And it's like, good for McDonald's. Respect.
No, it's the same argument that I've used when it comes to like dispatching for EMS, for example. You shouldn't be a dispatcher at a private EMS organization if you have no knowledge of what the actual on road crews actually deal with.
Daggone, call Napkins out,
No,
son.
I give Napkins credit
Yeah.
because Napkins actually would ask the crews, like, hey, how's it been today? My shift just started. Tell me how it's been. Has everybody been running to the dirt? We only have 3 crews listed as working today. Is that right? Okay, so I know I shouldn't accept 15 take packs out of one facility if we've only got 3 crews on. Napkins was smart about it. The majority of them, not so much.
Well,
I have a plan.
so my thing about this Cracker Barrel that I wanted to know your all's opinions. The new logo.
Looks
is
like
what-
garbage.
Well,
It looks
got
like
rid of
every other.
everybody is saying,
standard thing.
so everybody's complaining because we got rid of the old timer. It's
It
still
was
the
literally
same logo.
Uncle
I'm like,
Herschel.
I was like, Cracker Barrel, the old country store, was the whole thing of the nostalgia of being able to go back to, and you had all this old
It's
old
supposed
stuff
to
on
be.
the walls, and
Yeah. The
they
whole
left.
thing is supposed to be you're going back to grandma and grandpa's for good old fashioned home cooking.
Yeah. it's
So
like
they left
going
some
to
stuff on the walls,
Grandma's
but they
kitchen.
like framed it all in, and then all your walls and floors are just like bland and plain, and it doesn't feel like you're going back to grandma's kitchen to eat or nothing.
The one
And
that
they changed the menu.
the video that I
Uh-huh.
watched, the video I watched said, "Why does it feel like that Home Goods now sells hash browns?"
I don't know. It blew my mind. I was like,
It's
oh
a
my
stupid
gosh.
decision. It makes no sense whatsoever. If your whole brand is built on good old fashioned home style, you don't get rid of the good old fashioned home style. You
He
keep it.
also his take at the logo was also barrel is literally in the name. Like if you wanted to get rid of the dude, fine, but why get rid of the barrel whenever your name is Cracker Barrel?
They're trying to
Right.
say that the yellow outline is shaped like a barrel sideways now.
No, it's not.
Not at
And
all.
I was like, look at the old logo. There's a barrel on it. Why don't you just turn that barrel sideways if you wanted a barrel shape?
Well, that's what happens when you get a CEO who thinks the reason they're called Cracker Barrel is because it's meant for white people.
True.
You're not
But
wrong,
I
sir.
have a plan.
Okay.
Since McDonald's prefers you to work, what'd you say, 12 weeks
12 weeks
as
as
a store
a
manager.
store
Okay,
manager. Yeah.
so let's submit Napkins' application to Cracker Barrel, and we can tell them that he has successfully owned and operated the knapsack. Huh? Huh? He's
I
definitely going to
do.
have more experience than the lady that's over it right now.
So this is I know that this is like a random question, but and nobody's going to really know the answer to it. But how does
Bet.
the actual store manager of that McDonald's react whenever corporate comes in and says, "Hey, you're doing a great job, but we're giving your job to this chick who's never worked at a restaurant before in her life for 12 weeks. Good luck."
I would say
True.
it's probably more like how, well, when I worked for the tobacco chain around here, if they were putting in a new store manager over a new location, they had to come and basically shadow our store manager. She wasn't replacing her, she just had to work alongside her for
Don't
that
ruin
time
this
period.
for me. I'd rather it just be throwing them out to the wolves.
Right. MoonPie, where'd you go?
I'm here.
All right.
Peekaboo.
So I did have something I wanted to ask you guys about because this is uh it got me thinking,
Bro, your
and
bears moved again.
New
it got
location.
me it got me thinking, and the way it made sense the way the dude explained it, and I'm gonna butcher this and paraphrase the crap out of it, but um it's this guy, he's on TikTok, and he like gives life advice and does like counseling and stuff. Um we should probably just put a trigger warning on this whole episode, but no.
Bum, bum,
Um
bum.
You kind of did already.
he
Don't say it.
the comment section was really torn, but it was people on both sides of it. But he says that he does warn that this is going to step on some toes, but he says you know people talk about how people talk about how you have to heal um, before, like, whenever you've went through a traumatic experience or a bad breakup or a nasty divorce or whatever, that you have to go through this healing period. And he says that that's false. And he said, think about it. Whenever you first touch something hot, that teaches you, hey, I don't want to get near that because it's hot. You're not going to go touch a stove barehanded because you know that stove is hot. You've taught your brain that that's dangerous. Stay away from it. And he said it's the same thing with trauma, and like all these bad experiences you go through. It's your brain has learned, hey, this isn't safe. We last time we went through this, we got hurt. Last time we went through this, it nearly ruined us or whatever. And your brain is trying to tell you, hey, push this away because we got hurt last time. And it's not necessarily that you have to go through a healing period, more so that you have to go through a training period. I just wanted your all's take on that.
Well, one, if you knew how many times I burnt myself on a stove. uh, Late once
I
again, but I'm
still
here.
burn
Well,
myself
we're
with
glad you're
coffee
here,
every day.
Ninja. We're glad you're here. Um,
You missed the intro, but
yeah, it was great. So
A
you're
little
wanting to
hurtful,
know
but
the
amazing.
take on a training period instead of a healing period?
yeah, so basically his whole argument is that you don't necessarily heal from your trauma, more so that you, I guess you could say, learn from it.
I think it's two different things. Um, because to me, like when you go through trauma and stuff, you have to heal through it one way or another. Whether that's you becoming cold to whatever hurt you and just not wanting to go back to it, but at the same time, you're learning of I'm not gonna do that again. But how many times do we go back and do the same thing, or go back to the same person, or anything like that? The same exact situations. You didn't learn it, but every time you go back, you're putting more of a wall up and more of a wall up until you just don't do it anymore.
Yeah, I would kind of argue that it's actually two separate things too, and that technically need both to actually move on,
Right.
to have healthy relationships going forward. You have to learn and recognize, okay, these are things that I did that I can avoid to repeat the same mistakes. These are things I ignored that I can pay attention to avoid the same type of hurt again. But at the same time, you also have to heal from any kind of emotional scarring that you're carrying around with you, or even in some cases, physical scarring. Like sometimes, even though a physical wound has already healed, you're still carrying around the phantom symptoms of that because you've not learned to cope with it and learned to move on from it. So I think you have to have both to actually be able to move on.
Yeah, I would say part of the healing process is the retraining. That's the way I view it, because like if I get in an accident and let's say I mess up my leg. So part of my plan of action to get me back to full mobility is to go through physical therapy. And what they do there is they're retraining me to walk again, or to overcome that injury. and
To
and so I
strengthen
think,
it back up.
yeah, and so I think part of the healing process means you have to be retrained. Like I don't know that I would necessarily separate it, because I think, and I wouldn't go as far as to say that I'm not healing, because I think part of that teaching yourself this is okay now, or that retraining, I think part of that is essentially healing in itself, because it's changing your mentality, that was warped or scarred from whatever it was that hurt you.
Yeah, as Medic put it, if you knew how many times some of us have burned ourselves repeatedly on the same type of stuff.
I just burnt
It's
my
like
finger a while ago.
I've
so.
burnt myself on
If
coffee
when I
so many
think
times
about
it
it,
ain't
when you
funny.
were explaining it, I was thinking about my oldest child. And every time my wife fixes food, and he's like, "Is it done?" And she's like, "It's hot." Bam, right to his mouth. Oh,
I
and
won't
then
taste for
literally,
3 to 5 business
it could
days.
be just 3 hours later. Like it doesn't have to be days or weeks. She's like, "It's hot." Wait a minute. Ooh! Like I call it teenage brain, but at the same time, I don't think he's processing yet.
Just make a compilation of Braxton getting his tongue burnt on everything.
That long term memory is not quite kicking in yet.
Give me
Some
just a
people's
second. I'm
kids.
I'm refreshing something.
He's studying. Ba-da-ba-ba. Anyway, well, while he's refreshing, what are you two have on your brain this morning?
Uh, Not really much.
Oh, come on! He used the stove thing. I talked about the Cracker Barrel. It's been what, 2 weeks, 3 weeks? I don't know how long since MoonPie's been here with us.
I don't know either.
No, most of what I've paid attention to all weekend is preparing for tomorrow's episode of Beyond the Brokenness. So I've not really paid attention to any kind of headlines or breaking news very much or anything like that. So
I am
not really
excited
thought about
for
nothing.
tomorrow's episode. For anybody that doesn't know, we will be covering what it is to be a man of God.
Man of God.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Which I'm kind of curious on what approach Moonpie is going to use toward the topic versus the approach that I've taken. Because I know last week we had the question of was it going to be kind of outlining
Like
step by step
footsteps.
how to follow to live like a man of God. And the approach that I've taken is more of what are the characteristics of a man of God.
Well, I can tell you what I hope to hear from it. Because like a lot of people, like when they read in the Bible and it says like this one was a man of God and stuff, I don't want to know it that way. I want to know what it is for me right now in my life.
To
What
be
do
a
I
man
need?
of God.
What do I need to be doing to be a man of God? To be living the best way I can for Him. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Right, and the
That's
approach
that's
I've taken toward it is looking at characteristics
Right.
of the most. I don't want to say the most popular or the most common things, but the ones that get the most attention as being a true man of God in the Bible, like what made them a man of God, and explaining those characteristics and how you can use those toward your own life to
Right.
reach that point.
that's kind of the so the angle I kind of took on it was tearing apart the stigma that comes with being a man of God. Like for some reason there's this weird teaching that has like infiltrated a lot of churches and stuff. Like I mean a lot. We were in a camp meeting last year. I think it was last year. And this I won't say any names or anything, but this lady gets up and begins to preach that this message about um, eh, women are the only reason that Israel was ever able to come out of the wilderness, and just this really strange, like
That's a weird
fem-
take.
yeah, super
That's an option, I guess.
feminazi.
Who knew that
We
Moses was trans?
we hate
Wow.
we,
Wow.
I'm just saying,
Wow.
That took a
that's the
turn.
take. That's the
Remember
take
that
you're
conversation
taking.
we
That's
just had about not wanting to
that's
get in
the
trouble
hook
in
you
bed?
have to jump through, though. I'm just saying though, if that's going to be your take on that situation, that's the hoop you're
Wow.
jumping through to get there.
He went there.
Please kick.
Napkins, you typing
Okay.
a story over there?
Here comes the hate mail.
He's in his own world.
It's all right. I'm ready for it.
You know,
Remember,
if we
I'm
shined
salty.
his head up just a little bit, it would look like a spotlight.
We're gonna have to like paint a smiley face or something on top of his head so it doesn't make it. So they think
That
he's
simple.
still looking at the camera.
That's
That would be great.
That would be hilarious, actually.
That would
Need
be
it, Batman.
amazing. Dirt man.
Well, while he's still typing away, MoonPie, what you got on your brain?
Oh, I'm sorry. I completely derailed MoonPie's thought too.
Oh yeah, you
What are you
did.
talking about?
The feminazi
Oh,
message.
Yeah, so she preached this crazy, like super we don't need men, I'm a strong independent woman message, and we've seen a trend of that like taking over, and I just it's scary, honestly, and it's almost like people are being shamed for being um, men, and so I think
You go to weird churches.
brother, you don't even know the half of it.
No, in reality,
hey, you better
though,
watch it. He'll
that's-
burn them down.
In reality, though, that's not even limited to churches. Though a lot of society has taken that view now, where they're
Yeah.
trying to shame men for being men.
Yeah, well, and it's not that we're necessarily seeing it in churches. Like most of this has been at like camp meeting style events where they have just like a plethora of different speakers
Right.
come in from different places. So
You gotta vet the people you're letting up on the pulpit.
Are you
Yeah.
back with us now,
Yeah.
Napkins?
Yeah, I'm back.
He said we're
Hey.
gonna
So
paint
anybody
something
that
on
wants
top
to
of your
check
head.
out anybody that wants to check out this video that I was referencing, it's on TikTok. It's by a dude named the Christianton.
Okay.
okay,
But anywho, it's like a 7-minute video. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I went back and listened to the meat and potatoes of it and kind of took a little bit of notes. So I told you I would butcher it, and I did. He wasn't necessarily saying that you don't need to heal per se. He was saying what a lot of people call healing is not actually healing. So he said that a lot of people that go through things, like for example, let's say that you were married and you got cheated on, they will call that their trauma. but that's not trauma. That is that's your pain, but what that caused is your trauma. So that caused a idea that you're never going to be enough, that something's wrong with you, that you're too much, whatever. He and then he goes on to say, what people will tend to do is they will create this loop in their head where they think back, what did I do to cause this? What could I have done differently? How could I change this? How could I have been better? And they call it healing. And they're trying to undo those feelings. They're trying to undo that I will never be enough feeling. Um, and he says instead of trying to undo your quote unquote trauma, you need to learn to lead it and turn it into a learning opportunity. He said, so like, um, whenever basically by leading it, um, that's whenever you adapt and you let it become, for example, I shouldn't touch that. That's hot. That's whenever you let it become that. So that whenever you get into a situation like kind of like you were talking about before, um, where something doesn't feel right, maybe it's a red flag, maybe it's something that happened, and a lot of people will refer to these as triggers, but that doesn't mean that you're broken. That doesn't mean that you're unhealed. That's your body, your brain's way of telling you, hey, last time this happened, we were in danger. Last time this happened, we got hurt. Last time this happened, we got crushed. And you have to learn to lead that and learn from it, um, and not necessarily try and undo it in a way of calling it healing.
So I can get that to a point, but then on the flip side of that, yeah, I feel like that's dangerous ground for becoming trapped in paranoia too, because that would be like me taking everything that I have been through relationship wise and looking at my wife and basically putting her in those same boxes when her
Right.
response to things and the way she acts or whatever is going to be totally different. Um, so I get it in a way, but then on the other hand, I'm like, I also think that that positions you to never fully be healed.
Right. I was gonna say that I see where he's coming from on it, but like you were saying, like I see where he's coming from, but I feel like he's the way he that's coming across to me is instead of fully healing from it, you're learning how to control it and cope with it. You're not healing from it. You're just figuring out,
Learning to live with it.
learning to live with it. Yeah.
Which I mean, there are certain types of hurt and pain and
Faith says they focus
everything.
on the branch and not the root.
Yeah.
Mm.
There are certain types of hurt and pain and stuff that you do have to just learn
Right.
to live with. But
Yeah.
there are other things like Napkins mentioned the red flag thing. Sometimes
Yeah.
that's stuff you have to learn to heal
Oh
from
yeah.
and learn to, okay, this is a big red flag. I need to sort this out, see what the deal is.
And sometimes those flags are called discernment.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna go into too much depth here because I'm gonna plug this here. The napkin story is officially in production, and this may be mentioned in said story. But
Ooh.
you can keep up with updates on that on all of our socials, including Facebook. But they will be
Someone tell
posted.
Amy.
They will be posted to the Beyond the Quest website at beyondthequest.com. That's where everything will be posted as it comes out. It will be coming out in a multi-part series, so it's not just going to be like everything posted all at once. It'll be like part one. I haven't decided how far back I'm going to go. If I'm just going to focus on the trauma of the last 8 years, or
Yeah.
if I'm going back even further. But
Are you going to narrate it like you're doing like you're
Well, I
reading
think
like a
what he's
book?
saying is he's going to put out post about it. But I do think as you
Oh,
put out the post, you're going to have to get on here and basically just read it as well.
I would like to hear you narrate it like you're listening to like those people who do
Like an
storytelling.
audiobook?
Yeah, like an audiobook almost, and you could add your little background music and stuff.
I want to hear Napkins give us his best Morgan Freeman to narrate too.
Yeah, that's not happening. But anywho, I said all that to say this because of something I found out pretty recently. Um, I don't care how small it is. If you cannot be honest with me completely, I'm out. If I find out even a small white lie that you have told me and you're supposed to be my partner, I'm done.
You can't have a solid relationship or anything without trust anyway.
That's right. Got to be honest.
And honestly, you know, I've been doing a lot of self-reflecting here lately, and as I mentioned the last episode, the week before last was pretty rough on me. Um, and it kind of hit me all at once and out of nowhere. And it's kind of got me thinking as far as I know that there's some things I need to work through, but is that is that level of being so, I guess you could call it paranoia in a way, that you would say even one small white lie and I'm automatically done with the relationship. Is that a sign that you're not ready for a relationship?
I mean, I would be pretty upset if I was going into a relationship and found out they were lying. Period. Too. So I'd probably call it quits.
Just starting, you're already doing this.
I think that's just called smarts.
Yeah, I would
It's okay to
argue
have
it's
standards.
not. I would argue it's more of you can set boundaries for yourself. Like
Yes,
some people
yeah.
are fine with the occasional white line type of stuff like that. Others they don't. They don't
And
do
can
it.
we
They're
They
also
talk
don't
fine
for
do
a
with
it.
throwing their
second?
keys into a bowl and going home with whoever grabs them.
Oh my gosh. Can we
You're not wrong. There are some
I,
like that.
I want to know your guys' opinion on something.
Is it weird
Is
that you're
lying
staring at
by
the ceiling?
deception still lying?
Is lying what?
Lying by deception still lying. And let
Well,
me
by
explain.
deception, yes.
Well, I'm
Explain
going to
it.
explain what my definition of lying by deception is.
Okay.
Let's say and I'm just using this as a example, but let's just say I say, I'm trying to think of something that, well, it's the first thing that popped in my head. So let's just say I was to say, ask Medic and be like, did you and your wife sleep in the same bed last night? And he was to tell me no. Or no, change that. I was to say, did you and your wife sleep on the couch last night? Sleep together on the couch last night? And you was to say, no, we didn't sleep together last night. And then come to find out you slept on a air mattress in the living room in front of your couch and not on the couch. Is that still not
That's
technically
straight up a
lying?
That's a lie.
Just because I said a couch and it was a bed?
Yeah, that's still a lie.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
a lie. I don't care how you would spin it. I mean, this is
And
pretty
there's
common sense right there to me. That
okay, I'm
you
just
lie.
I'm gonna lay out all the traumas I have found, or not traumas necessarily, but messed up things I have found in
Golly, he's
today's
gonna jump
dating
this
world.
camera.
Number one, there are a lot of people in today's society that does not find that lying. They say lying by technicality. I'm sorry, that's what I classified it as. They don't classify that as lying or being untruthful because they, in their head, you didn't ask if they slept on an air mattress. You asked if they slept on a couch, and they didn't sleep on a couch.
That's because the guilty find loopholes.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's my first point. My next
I
point,
feel like his napkins is wadded right now.
I just, man, the more people I have met in this dating world, the more I realized how truly screwed up this world is.
I tell you what, you need to go
Um,
check out. You won't be lonely at Farmers Only.
.com.
but
Why does my
anywho,
camera keep zooming?
so what
That emotional sport beard's gone.
It won't go back.
my So this is just the way my brain works. If I am talking to a person, and I mean talking with the intention of dating,
Mm-hmm.
I'm unavailable.
Right.
Like, in the words of a quote I seen on Facebook, you're in my shopping cart. So I'm getting ready to check out. So I'm off the market. Um, a lot of people don't feel that way.
Hmm.
That's because
And
relationships nowadays are just they're not what they used to be. People
a
don't
lot of
value
a
them as
lot
what
of
they used to be.
people in the dating world today think that they can be talking to two to
20
three
different
different
people.
people at a time and going and hanging out with them, whether that's at a restaurant, at a movie, or at each other's house watching Netflix. They think that they can go hang out with all these different people and it's fine because nobody has officially put a label on it. And until somebody actually puts a label on it and they agree to said label, like, hey, we're dating now, they shouldn't have to be exclusive. And that I cannot wrap my head around that, and I cannot agree with that in any way, sort form or fashion.
Now, the way I look at it is if you were talking to somebody, you're pretty much dating already. I mean, you've already put your foot in the door. You should cut off all other communications
Yep.
with the other ones going on. So,
And there's when we say talking, there's a difference between you all have sent a couple messages back and forth,
Yeah.
and you're talking to
if
this
you were
person
talking
all day,
pretty much
every
every
day.
day, if you've went on a date, been on dates, or hanging out or whatever, so you're talking to them every day, you were dating that person, whether they put a label
Yeah.
on it or not.
Yep.
And
Just wanted to clarify that for anybody there
there
that might not understand.
there are some people. I now this one I don't necessarily agree with, but there are people out there that say, um, if you go on one date with somebody, then you're technically dating them. That one I don't agree with. Um,
Uh, I guess that one comes down to more of how long
If
have
you're
you
talking to them
actually
still.
been talking,
Yeah.
and
well,
if you're still talking after the date.
and that was what I was getting ready to say. Like, you can talk to somebody on the phone, on FaceTime, on text, and then get around that person and it be a completely different situation, scenario. It can just be uncomfortable. You guys don't click together in person and it just feels awkward and weird. I don't necessarily agree with, okay, we went and had dinner and it was really awkward and weird and now we're dating.
No.
No, if it's awkward and weird, I'm going to text you or call you and be like, hey, I'm sorry, but
Some things just don't click.
I just wasn't feeling it.
User in your channel timed out.
Oh, somebody. Well, we lost
We
Moon
lost
Pie.
the moon pie.
Ninja says one reason I decided to abstain from alcohol, I was finding myself lying to others and myself just to find ways to drink again.
Yeah, that's why we warn people about if you are doing things like that, you have a problem.
Well, yeah. Well, I think another way, a reason he may have said that is if you think about it, of you could translate that whole concept into what you're talking about.
Yeah, yeah. If they're creating lies or excuses to keep
Just
talking
because
to
they
different
enjoy
people,
running around.
yeah.
Moon Pie may be back. I don't know. I blame Chad. Chad's fault. We need some daggone Chads in the chat.
Been a while.
Been a while. He may be back. Did you have more to that, or
No, I don't think so. That was my tangents this morning, I think.
tangents? I think that's the longest conversation we've had before we've got to questions.
Yeah, we've been going for 50 minutes already.
Y'all, I believe I will end up having ads run sometime within the next 10 minutes, maybe. Who knows?
I need to figure out the emotes on my own channel, so I've got more than just this weird little thing. That must be
It's
the
weird.
default one.
I don't even know what that says.
Hop.
Hop.
Yeah, that must be the default.
Daggone Chad Hop! Here we go! I like the dancing cat that Ninja sends all the time. It always matches, like, in my head how the music should be going.
Let me message him and see where he be.
Yeah, his modem thing may have timed out.
It may have.
We need him here for Questa's questions. Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So do we get at least like a, or you expect like an ETA on when like the first part to the Napkins series may be out?
I don't
Or are
know
you
for
waiting
sure because I'm
you still
trying
gotta
to.
decide how far back you're gonna go.
Yeah, see, that's what's really gonna determine how quick I can push these out. It depends on how far back I'm going.
I mean, in your post, you did say your entire life, so that's kind of misleading then.
Day one, I was a baby. I cried as I peed my diaper.
Your first few paragraphs would more or less just be, I don't know. I was a baby. I don't know. I was a baby. I've been told this happened, but I have no memory.
And I also need to speak to some people and interview them
Oh boy.
about some things.
At one point, I fell off a top bunk and caught my chin and turned into Elephant Man.
At another point, I pulled a dog's ears and it tried to eat me alive.
Those were true stories.
Once I was shoved off the top of a cement staircase by dogs fighting over food.
That was the dog. The dog knocked him off.
You had a lot of problem with dogs when you were little.
It's the reason he always liked cats. Have you heard from MoonPie?
Negative.
Call him while we are live.
I'm trying to pull up his modem, but it ain't loading.
Does that mean it's off?
I don't know. I just said it ain't loading.
Chad, what does this mean, Chad? You still here, Chad?
What does it mean? What does it mean?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, no, it
reference.
says it's active.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I caught it.
Yeah, I can't help myself when I hear certain quotes. It just pops into my head. Just like anytime we start a new game and I'll hear Medic say, "What is this?" In my head, I just start hearing the entire song.
What's this? What's this? There's colors everywhere.
What's this? What's this? There's white stuff in the air.
I messaged
Yeah,
him.
he just messaged me back. He said the lights on the modem are red.
Oh no! We thought things were fixed. Wah, wah, wah. In the meantime, while he's trying to figure that out, I will give everybody a heads up as far as the SCG group goes. For those that don't know, we started streaming a few years ago, and we started with a charity stream.
Yep.
We were doing raise awareness for soldier suicide. We really enjoyed doing it. We have a member in the group who is a veteran and has dealt with depression and suicidal thoughts and things. And so we were very honored to be able to do that charity. And
We had us all crying multiple times.
starting in September, we are going to be doing the charity once again, which the charity's changed. Last time, I believe it was 30 hours you had to get.
30 hours in a week.
30 hours a week. This time is for the month, and it is 100 hours streamed. So we are going to be deciding on what game we're going to be doing as a group to stream to hit 100 hours. As well, I don't know if all of the members are doing it or just some of us will be trying to hit 100 hours separate as well. So there will be a lot of streaming going on during the month of September, and all the proceeds that we get during the month of September will be going straight to the charity.
Yeah, we'll be setting the links up for that in September for everybody. And just like then, that's the only thing we're actively going to be trying to raise money toward. Don't get me wrong, we could all definitely use the support, and we would love the support, but that's our whole goal for September is that charity.
Every dollar counts.
Which some of our longtime fans may remember. We've done things like that in the past, not just that charity thing, but when we had a coworker get pretty severely injured at work,
Yeah.
we made that our goal. That's a lot of what we aim for with our group
He
is
said
to be
he's
able to give back.
He's trying to reboot it again. Chad said it's not his fault. Sorry, Chad, you're the only person I know to blame at this point.
Daggum Chad. Faith, I'm sure you're probably still lurking. The new episode of Red Dead will be up sometime today. I've got to edit it still. I don't know what the deal is. I'm still having some issues with it not wanting to pick up my audio. So there's a few parts I'm having to remove and redub. Medic got to
Is it your
overhear
mic
some
audio?
of that. Yeah.
Double
It's the
check
mic
in
audio.
the properties where your mic is that the right one's selected in the properties of it, because mine keeps switching.
Yeah, I'll have to double check that before I do any more recording. It may have switched it.
Because it's like every time we do this podcast, I have to go into the properties of it, because even though it tells me right there at the bottom that this mic is the one selected in the properties, it is not. Making no sense.
Which it could be too. The source I'm having to use when recording for our YouTube content might be the problem. It may not be working properly. I may have to make an all new YouTube recording source.
I don't know what you mean by that. You confuse me.
Well, quick behind the scenes stuff.
He's
Napkins
doing
tries
a
to
Red Dead
help him.
Redemption 2 playthrough, and he is waiting on people to comment. Names to name his horse.
Yeah.
I suggested Squish Tater, and he didn't like it.
So, quick behind the scenes stuff here. We've switched to using Streamlabs because of the nice people at AVN. And in the bottom section where you've got like your sources listed and everything, for most of my content when I'm on Twitch or on here and everything falls under Retro Galaxy. That's where it's got my different setups and stuff. YouTube recording, I actually use the ODE settings from OBS because it pulled them over. And it doesn't have like the borders or anything else. And I'm wondering if that is the problem, if the ODE one's just gotten too out of date now.
Oh, I don't know. But, what I started doing for mine was I go to my live source that I usually stream with, and I just go through and hit the little eye icon on everything I didn't want to pop up.
I may have to try that.
Because big brained.
I don't really want to dive into Quester's questions till he gets back.
Naps, get my message?
Yes, sir. I'm working on it now.
I tell you what. You did give a warning that there would be technical issues and it would be MoonPie's fault, but I think you need to change the intro to say Chad's fault.
Chamey.
User entered your channel. User disconnected from your channel.
Oh, wait. He was there and then he left. Somebody was here and they left anyway.
Oh, he's up there. Hang on.
User in your channel is recording.
Hello?
Hello?
Hey!
We've
I
got
hear you, but I don't see you.
I'm working on it. Trying to
That's
get over
fine.
there.
By the way,
Doing
Napkins
all this
ads are going
stuff.
to run in 3 minutes if you need to get anything prepared, sir.
Thank you.
Kamalama!
Oh my gosh, he's back! Who fixed it? Chad or Napkins or you?
I reached
don't know.
Chad gave me a link. I reached out to said link and they're like, "Hey, that SIM card is showing suspended. Let us refresh it." And it started working.
Oh, so Chad fixed it! Yay, Chad! Daggone Chad's in the chat again. He's a hero.
Yeah, that was
He's a
crazy.
hero.
Yeah, you said it's showing red. I was like, I don't know what that means.
That's why I took a
Not
picture of it.
good.
Red means dead.
Red Dead Redemption.
Green means
While he's getting ads ready in about 2.5 minutes.
green means Ninja Turtle.
MoonPie, let's hear your suggestion for Taco to name his horse on his Red Dead Redemption playthrough. I suggested Squish Tater. He did not like it. Because I just wanted to hear him say, "Mer Squish Tater."
Get over here, Squish Tater. We gotta go.
Beans or tortilla.
Come on, Beans. Dutch gave us a job.
Let's go, tortilla.
Come on, Tortilla.
Oh man, I love it.
Okay, that one were beans. They were better than Squish Tater, I guess. Oh, he's froze again.
Yep.
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 Yep. At least he's smiling. Look at that smile. Ain't he adorable? He's probably timed out again, lost the internet. Well,
How funny would it be if he reset
User
the
in your
modem
channel
and it
timed
started
out.
working, and then they reset the SIM card and messed it up?
probably what they done.
I've already messaged them back and been like, "Hey, can you check it again?"
I think it'd been even more funny if he was just playing with us and he was just standing there still the whole time. Well, everybody left.
What did he say?
Who?
MoonPie. He sent me a message.
Did he? Let me tell you. He told me the internet, how do I word this live? The internet's not straight.
Oh.
Blam, blah, blam, blam, blam.
While we wait, I will say I'm having a lot of fun with Red Dead Redemption 2. I think after I finish the actual story playthrough, I may have to jump in and check out some of the online content too.
Napkins, it says ads are getting ready to run, and while they are running, I'm gonna go see who's knocking at my door.
Faith says at least it's not Medic this time.
Hey there. Thanks for calling Nomad Internet. We totally get it. Sometimes you just want to talk to someone.
Bum bum ba da da bum bum ba da dum. Such a quiet chat today. Right? You hear the crickets too.
Signal strength. Work.
who was it who was knocking at your door?
I'm back.
So who was it knocking at your door?
I should probably wait on the ads to end so everybody can experience this.
Oh, Lord.
I guess Napkins is working on stuff.
Join Angry Vet Nation, the ultimate brotherhood. This is more than a community. This is a brotherhood, a bond forged in faith, loyalty, and the unshakable belief that no one in this family ever stands alone. AVN doesn't quit. We don't leave our own behind. When life hits hard, when the nights are long, when the weight of the world tries to crush you, we carry each other. We lift each other. We fight together. To those already in the fight, stand tall. Your courage inspires, your strength protects, and your heart uplifts this family every single day. To those considering joining, AVN is calling you. Step into this brotherhood, and you will never walk alone again. You will find a family that holds you up, challenges you, and prays over you when you can't even pray for yourself. Faith is our anchor, loyalty is our battle cry. This is Angry Vet Nation, stronger together, bound by faith, unstoppable in brotherhood. Stand with us, fight with us, live with us. Welcome to the family. Welcome to the fight. Welcome home. Sign up at angryvetnation.org. You must be a first responder or veteran to apply.
Oh, pretty good,
Nicely
pretty good.
done. Nicely done. So, heard knocking at the door.
Who could
And
it be
I was
knocking
like,
at
well,
my door?
maybe one of the animals were just hitting something. Look out the window, and no, there's a vehicle out there. I was like, okay, he's gonna be at my house. I open the door, and there stands a delivery driver holding a pizza. And I was like, oh, I didn't order food. He said, are you sure? I'm looking for, and says the number of the house. I was like, yeah, I didn't order food. You're at the wrong house. Are you sure? Because your mailbox says 225, which is not the number he just told me he's looking for. And I was like, do you know what you just said? He said, I'm at the wrong house, aren't I? Yes,
There
sir,
is
you
your
are.
sign.
Some people's kids, man.
Some people's kids.
I should have asked him if he's applied to be a Walmart greeter.
She used to work at Taco Bell.
Stuffed burritos.
Grilled stuffed it at burritos. Yeah, can I get that without veggies? So you don't want cheese on that?
You gotta be too smart to work here, do you? How's it going on your end with the MoonPie situation?
I'm on a phone call and 2 different chats trying to fix it.
Daggone.
Multitasking.
Are you hearing this, Chad? Are you learning? 2 chats and a phone call while doing a podcast.
Napkins is my hero.
Daggone, he crazy. Bum, ba-da-bum. We warned you there would be technical difficulties or internet issues while we wait on MoonPie. Don't mess with Napkins. Mine too, honestly. Oh, you're Chad's hero.
Way to go, Jamie.
What did he do to scare you so much? I've heard him with customer service, so I have a reason. Just saying. He loves customer service people.
I think he secretly does enjoy having to deal with them.
You think when he gets bored, he just calls random customer services?
Just to see how long it takes to break them.
Till, he's already on the phone with, like, the managers and supervisors, and they're like, I'm sorry, we'll fix it. And he's like, I'm just kidding, I didn't have an order.
I don't even have your old service. Nobody thought to verify my account?
I still think we should paint the top of his head with a smiley face.
I've got a chat on my phone. I've got a chat on my computer, and I'm on hold for tech support on my phone as well.
Ninja, we've been over this of a business idea for him to deal with customer service for people. Like if you're having issues, you call Napkins. He'll take care of it. I'm telling you, he can make a
Get an
killing.
hourly rate.
He can make a killing. So, how are the chat things going? Are they saying they know the issue?
Yeah, they unsuspend it and then the system automatically suspends it back.
Why?
Sounds like an issue in their system.
Yep, that's the problem. I'm on hold.
And if you got a car, get it detailed while you wait. Boom. I could see him trying to detail a car while dealing with customer service.
I imagine it would make it even funnier for those observing.
He'd have all the audio playing through the car's stereo while he's going, talking to him. That would be great. How are you doing, Ninja? How you being? And for those that don't know, Ninja's woman streams as well, does art.
Yep. Digital drawing and stuff. I don't know how people can do that, to be honest. Like
He
to me,
told
it
me
feels like it'd be
she has
irritating.
what she draws on is like a screen that's as big as my monitor. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've watched like YouTube videos of people doing that kind of stuff, and I'm just like, I don't know how you could do that and get these results because it really feels like it would be more irritating to me, and I'm not a great drawer to begin with.
I can't draw with a lick, but I wish somebody'd point me in the direction on how to learn how to do 2D animation to do like short little cartoon clips.
Yeah, that I really think we could definitely create some very fun stuff if one of us
If
could
anybody
figure that
knows
out.
anything on that, send me some info. You can get my email off of slimchancegaming.com.
Mediocre moon pie. I can draw water from a well.
Oh, you can talk in chat, but not get on the podcast. We're waiting on you before we do these questions, son. Napkins is on it. He's got like 5 chats going, talking to people. Don't have internet, bro. It's bruh. Thank you. You misspelled it.
What are you, Sigma?
What does that mean?
I don't know. That's your son. He's the one who says it all the time.
I reset it again, and it's red again. I don't know what it is. Apparently their system is messed up, and it keeps every time that they unsuspended or something other, it's automatically suspending it again or something. Yeah, that's right. Holy dab. Pray over at modem, son.
Hopefully we can get this sorted so that tomorrow we can be back on track with Beyond the Brokenness.
Yes. What is that? You know what that is? Yeah, I know what that is. I made that. That's a holy dab. What you talking about, MoonPie? Or are you talking about Sigma? I don't know what he's referring to. I can't say it or I'll get banned. I know what he's referring to.
Yep.
We're just enjoying each other's company while we
I am at position 11 for tier 2 support.
That's the exciting part. We've built something that's actually faster and often more helpful than a phone call.
You know, it would also probably be kind of entertaining if he left the audio on when he gets on the call with customer service.
I'm hoping one of these chat people will answer me first, but it don't even tell me what number I am on there. It just says we're experiencing long wait times due to our trial program we are offering. Well, your trial is crap because your service is crap, son.
Tell him.
So
Get him, son.
I've noticed this trend with every customer service thing I've ever had to deal with, always claiming we're experiencing longer wait times than normal due to higher call volume or higher traffic. There is no possible way that every company is experiencing higher wait times and longer wait times and traffic and stuff at the same time like that.
Then
Disconnected.
We'll see a wadded napkin. Just so you're aware, you're being live streamed on Twitch.
Connected.
What just happened?
Somebody connected and disconnected.
It disconnected me,
I disconnected for some reason.
and it says you're not recording anymore. TeamSpeak going stupid on us now.
I tell you what, it's a good thing you gave a warning.
User in your channel started recording.
We're back again. Yeah, TeamSpeak, just the audio recording DC, not the live stream.
Yep, it is weird.
Cry, cry.
And I have ads playing currently.
Do we have questions? Shakes his head yes. How many? 1, 2.
I don't know.
That means he's not scanned through them, I guess.
Yep.
I like the surprise of not scanning through them. It made him cry last time.
It did. 1 minute and 20 seconds to go.
He's getting it figured out, MoonPie, I think.
Hey, 4 years from now, I can afford that gas station burrito.
Yay! By the way, I forgot to tell you, thank you for resubbing again to the channel.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, right after I told you I was at 8 months, it popped up like 2 hours later. You're at 9 months now. I was like, oh, okay.
And apparently, another one that I didn't get alerted on was a month ago. I got rated by Recover Dev. I didn't know I was getting rated by anybody.
Maybe a
Bitch, on
couple.
point.
Maybe a couple of bugs for Streamlabs to work on.
Maybe. Oh, by the way, so it's not on the podcast things, but when I'm streaming games, I'm working on. Let me see if I can pull this up. See what it's called anyway.
Apparently, I got a follow on one of the other streaming services 20
So-
minutes ago.
I am working on another extension for my channel. I couldn't sleep last night. I was up late messing around with it. But it's gonna be through Tangia. So there are like some of the sound things you can do and little video things or whatever, an AI voice that reads messages and whatnot. But there is also 2 other things that will be going on that people can do with bits, and it's like low bits, like a quarter, 50 cents, whatever. One of them is somebody can start a dungeon raid. And there's different dungeons that I just went through picking to see what they are. Instead of like just a Twitch dungeon, there's like McDonald's and Target and all this. And then I had to go through and create like items and the rarity and things that they can find inside the dungeon. And then messages will pop up if while you were raiding the dungeon, if you got killed or if you killed an enemy. And somehow there's a boss you can fight in it. So I thought that was pretty neat. And also something that will make playing games a lot harder if people do it. Definitely if I'm playing like a first-person shooter. There's going to be it's like an overlay grid that goes on my screen. And you can pay, I don't remember what the bits are set to claim a grid on it. And you can pick like things to put on my screen. and then people can. There's like 3 different options. You can pay to get a grid, or you can up the ante and take the grid from somebody, or you can pay to where you permanently have that grid, and you put it on the screen where it allows you, and it is there for at least 5 minutes. So if I'm like in a match of League, or if I'm in a match of Call of Duty, and you slap something on my screen where I can't see, because it overlays over my game,
Right.
so I won't be able to see anything besides whatever you slap on the screen. I thought it'd be pretty fun. Could make it very entertaining in my head.
Yeah, that's kind of like one that I saw Kimura running with Minecraft, where the viewers could actually pay with certain things on one program he had to immediately add things into his actual game.
There's another one for Minecraft that I can do through it where they're basically like mods on the game, and they
Yeah.
can change things in the game, but I don't play Minecraft. However, my kids keep trying to beg me to play Minecraft.
Yeah, I'm still considering giving it a shot.
It's the pixelation, bro. It drives me crazy.
I think I could get over it now. I would
Could
just
ya?
tell myself it's an older game.
Napkins seems too relaxed to be on the customer service line. I think he's lying. He's lying by deception or technicality or whatever. He shakes his head no. I don't know what that means. Are you actually talking to somebody now, or are you still in line? They're typing?
He's in the chat.
Are they actually responding? That's the question.
Ah.
And MoonPie's not messaged anymore. MoonPie's in the chat.
Yes, but we're going in circles. But it's a circle, never-ending circle.
Never
Never getting annoying.
We're not talking about the square, triangle with edges and points. We're talking about the circle. Bum, bum, bum. And spot 4 for phone call. Unless the chat fixes it first, right? Gotcha. You should put Chad in there with you guys in the chat. Have everybody in there. Put Vet in there with you. Daggone it, where's Amy? Throw her in there.
Put Amy on the phone call.
They'd have it fixed quick, tell you what.
Oh.
Can we stream chat? Ninja wants to know if we can stream the chat. Is that against their policies? Or are you allowed to do that?
Or she'd own the company.
That's a good idea for a stream if it's not against their policies, of streaming the chats of just messing with customer service. Or a stream of this is how you deal with customer service and get things done. I'd follow that.
That'd become Napkins' whole channel.
Yes, you would. That woman is seriously scary. I ain't gonna lie. So I'm gonna. I think Napkins had talked to Vet first, and he was like, "Guys, he's intimidating." I was like, "I bet he is." And then he talked to Amy the first time, and he's like, "Dude, I thought Vet was intimidating. Amy scares me."
Yeah, to be honest, just her reputation has kept me from ever attempting to do any sort of Russian accent.
Do it.
No.
Heard you wouldn't.
No.
Heard you wouldn't.
Exactly, I'm telling you, no.
Share.
We're talking about Amy. She's got ways.
Listening, you just don't know it.
I would
That's
just
not
get,
Napkins in the chat right now. It's Amy.
I would get a random text with just the audio clip of me attempting it and nothing else and be like, oh crap. She knows.
Is he on the phone? Oh, he's on the phone.
Oh.
Headset went off. The mouth is moving. I bet he's on the phone. Unmute the mic. Unmute the mic.
Unmute.
We're trying, Ninja. It's not working. He's not listening. Tell him, Napkins. We are live right now, and you ruin it all. I do apologize for like the 25 minutes this is taking.
A little bit longer than that now.
It'd be okay. I don't have to be anywhere until like 2:30. Longest episode of Beyond the Quest to date.
Probably will be coming in close to it, I'm sure. Yeah, I've been racking my brain trying to think of games that we can all play together because of MoonPie, you know, pretty much being stuck with the PlayStation 5 for the time being. And I'm not coming up with a whole lot that would work great for what we're planning for September. So
As far as MoonPie, try to reboot.
again,
I'm just making salsa. What are you doing making salsa? Go reboot!
10:30 in the morning here, and it's 9:30 in the morning
As
there.
far as where he's on PlayStation, because he doesn't have a PC, makes things hard. He can do Tiny Tina's, and it's crossplay,
True.
but it only does up to 4.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Battlefield one, Splitgate, but none of them are like. I don't think you can even get like games, like server games on there that are cross-platform with PlayStation.
Yeah, I know. That's the biggest thing that I'm coming up against.
It's okay,
otherwise.
just chill and hang with everyone. Everyone loves you all anyway. Some more time chilling is okay with me. Alright, Fake, we with you, bruh? We chilling?
No, it's kind of a struggle because we want something that feels consistent and that it's not just like a normal everyday thing type of stuff for an event like this. And
Last time we done Power World,
Yeah.
I enjoyed Power World.
it was a lot of fun.
I don't think it's cross-platform.
I don't know.
We would have to look into server-based games that are cross-platform. Because I know we have a bunch. We got like Conan and Power World and Ark, 7 Days, Grounded. But I don't know if any of them are even cross-platform to PlayStation.
Power World is crossplay now.
To PlayStation?
As of March, they have expanded it.
I know we've done it before. And it's fun. Then we started it again one night. I made it to where I only had like one boss left. His headset's back on, but he's still chitty chatting.
So, as far as Power World goes, it's a no to dedicated servers.
Mm-hmm.
But it is crossplay otherwise, so I wonder if that means like one of us has to host it instead of creating a world using a server.
Yeah, but the only problem with that is when you host it, it's going to do like Ark does when you host it. You're going to have limits on how far you can go and everything.
I wasn't sure if it did or not.
Still not working, Napkins.
It's too bad that Ark isn't compatible with PlayStation for us, because I do think that would be another fun one with them.
I still want to do the Ark thing with the kids as well, but their laptops are struggling to run Ark Ascended.
Right.
They can
And
run Ark Survival Evolved, and they still have lag issues. But when it comes to Ascended, like their PCs are just
not.
really struggling with it.
Yeah, they're pretty old now too.
They even have a hard time right now just playing Fortnite because I don't know what it is. I've updated everything, but it's almost like the graphics just can't
Yeah.
compete with it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I would say that's a lot of it because they've got the same type of laptops that I had, and it just didn't have much in the way of RAM or anything like that.
I wouldn't mind even doing Conan. I enjoyed Conan,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's cross-platform PlayStation.
I don't know.
7 days would be fun because I want to learn the game with a mod on it. I might like it better. How to make sure you get your stuff fixed? Do it live, son. So people can see things get done. By the way, in September while we were streaming, there will be discounts for subs going. So that's cool. He said dot 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 dot. I don't, is that towards napkins? Dot 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 dot. He's still talking. He might start yelling in a minute. Taco, you look so intense right now.
I'm looking at something that claims Conan and Ark are cross-platform now.
I didn't even know you could get those on PlayStation. I know they're cross-platform between Xbox and Steam. PlayStation's like its own world.
I think, from what I can recall, with Ark at least, there is a way, but it was like really finicky on how you had to go about getting it all set up. I would say it's probably about the same with Conan. I'd say it's
Probably.
certain settings have to be set a certain
I
way.
wonder if Ninja could
Certain
find
stuff
anything out
probably has
about
to be
that.
turned off.
He's smart and knows where to look into things for servers. Ninja, if you still here, you got any input on that? Starlink will be there today, MoonPie. Blum, blum, blum. It'd be funny during this time we just start playing games.
Just get on League and play some Earth. But don't change any of the screens so they can
Right.
just see our faces.
Hallelujah. Chad swooping in for the win. You said it wrong. It's whooping down.
Come a whooping down.
Wait, will it be here or there? Oh, yeah, you're in Oklahoma. Just send it to us so mine don't mess up no more. Thank you, Chad. Send me his internet. I'm tired of having problems. Dad is back in the hospital again. Had a pacemaker installed recently, and now he has fluid around his heart. Probably going back into surgery soon. Brother, we're definitely praying for that. But, never fear. We were told our dad wasn't gonna make it when he was having his heart issues, and he may be half robot now, but he's still alive and kicking.
I swear it's absolutely hilarious when
How
like
long
new
ago-
nurses try to take his vitals.
How long ago did he have the pacemaker placed? So I know a lot of times when they do those surgeries, they'll have fluid build up around their heart from the surgery that has to work its way out.
And they
Yeah, we
usually
need
put them on
to,
a fluid pill.
You know, we need to add on here somewhere on this overlay thing or on the channel somehow of for people to be able to submit in like a prayer request. Try another reboot, MoonPie.
Oh,
By the time he gets back in here, old Mander Pander 15's gonna say, "Get off first so we can go eat."
this rate, I'm going to be out of coffee soon too.
Well, I decided 3 cups was enough for now, so I'm back on a monster. I tell you what, anybody wants to get us a sponsorship, you make this right here happen, you'd be my
Or
best
LA.
friend.
We're L8, especially if you
I
can
would
rig
take-
it to where
I
we
would
get
take
the
Monster
pop-off
over
fruit.
L8.
No,
Yes, I
pop-off
would.
fruit L8 every
Don't
day.
tell me what I do, Taco. You don't know everything. I do like L8 though. L8
I'm
for
still
real.
waiting on that coffee sponsorship.
And Taco Bell. You like Taco Bell way too much.
Yeah. Dangerous right there.
Did the reboot work? What are you doing? Typing in the chat. That might mean it didn't work. I don't know. I didn't think of that. At least we still got 7 viewers lurking.
I've only got the 2 that I had, which I
This is
believe
going to be
are,
the longest podcast ever whenever it uploads to Spotify. We're going to definitely have low numbers on this one.
You may have to do some editing, sir.
Nope, that's the whole premise of the show.
Give a warning at the beginning. You may experience an hour of technical
filler.
communications where we just chill, in the words of faith. Chill and hang with everyone. I lied. 6 viewers. Still red.
Bum, bum, bum.
Does that mean we won't get to do Quester's questions? Or does that mean they still ain't fixed it and you're going to yell at them?
I'm waiting on a supervisor now.
I knew it would get to that point sooner or later. Channel your inner Amy and get things done. He's gonna unmute in a minute and be like, "Hey guys, I own the company. That's crazy. That happened." Napkins knows the supervisor cheat codes. I bet he does. I'm surprised he's not like a supervisor over one of these like customer service things to where like they're the main head honcho with the customer service that people finally get to, and then they're just like, "Listen, I'll do my job, you get over it." Boom. Hang up.
Oh. Got the last of the coffee now. Ba, 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 ba.
He he was
I'm
making
now in a third chat with their activations team.
How are you doing that if you're on the phone getting stuff done? Are they like
Phone.
Yeah, but is the one person on the phone doing something that the
He's got
person in
me
the
on
chat
hold
is
for a supervisor.
counteracting?
The dude on the phone has me on hold for a supervisor because he's saying that he can't do anything except for put in a ticket to the activation team, which I call bullcrap. That's code for I don't want to do my job.
He does know the codes, Ninja! You were right. So what's your plan when the supervisor says I can't do anything besides put in a ticket to the activation team?
Then I want $1,000 for the compensation for the trouble.
Just got it back and it ain't working. This is your fault. Fix it now.
Pretty much.
Can they not give a reason on why it's automatically kicking it again?
No.
So they don't know the problem.
Or they're
Right.
just too
They're
lazy
trying to
look for it.
say that it was an outage that caused the system glitch and that they're aware of it, but then they turned around and said they had to put a ticket into the activation team. So it's like, what's the real story here?
Yeah, because that's two different things.
So are you waiting on
The
a
chat
supervisor
people,
for
the
the
chat
activation?
people, the chat people are the ones who tell me that there was an outage that caused the system glitch. The person on the phone was the one who's telling me that it's something to do with the activation team. So
So are you waiting to talk to a supervisor of the activation team?
of tier 2 technical support.
Can they?
Because if they're AI bot, hang on.
Oh, we almost had him unmuted. Daggone it. I was trying. I was trying to keep him unmuted.
Trying to keep him distracted so he'd forget and just let into.
Yeah, I was trying to keep him unmuted. Like, Chad could take notes. Would it be rude to play a game? I do have, sit down and pull this up real quick. How do I add that on here? Do you have the stream pulled up, Taco?
No, I've got mine pulled up on the phone.
Okay, I'm going to
User in your channel stopped recording.
Oh,
do that
no.
until we're actually back.
Oh, okay.
So it's going to be a lot of dead air.
You just now realize that?
Yeah, I'm going to end up actually cutting some of that out.
Well, it's only about an hour and 15 minutes.
To our live viewers, I'm sorry. And our YouTube viewers.
We appreciate you sticking around. Let's see.
Nicholas Trey is typing. I just kind of doxed him. My bad.
It's okay.
So what did the supervisor have to say on the phone there?
It wasn't a supervisor. He tried to tell me that the supervisor was on another call and he would put in a callback request. And I told him, no, I will wait right here on the phone with you until the supervisor gets on here. And now we're both sitting in awkward silence.
I'm enjoying that way too much. How do I... Taco, I was going to pull up an image real quick for everyone to see and let you take your guess. But you'll probably guess it rather quick of the next perf video getting uploaded. Aha, here we go. Do you see it? Daggone, that's huge. Yeah, me. There we go.
Is it the Mordekaiser video?
No, that's not Mordekaiser. That's me, silly. But no, that's not Mordekaiser.
I'm not sure who that's supposed to be.
Really?
Yeah, it kind of throws me off because it looks like a sword handle there.
Okay, hang on.
But you're holding the magic thing in your hand too, so it
Yeah.
kind of throws me off.
Hang on. You're getting ready to be like, oh. It's grainy.
Is it a...
It says it.
Oh, Cassidy.
What do you mean is it white? It says it right there.
I didn't even look at the name. I started to ask if it was a Jarvan game.
Bro, what?
I'm not used to seeing Cassidy wearing like the armor and stuff. It throws me off.
It was a skin. The Dragon Rancer skin.
Ah.
Let me see. I don't even remember what one that one was. I'm kind of having too much fun with this now. Here you go. You want to guess this one?
Rumble.
Yeah, Rumble! Woo!
Kind of creepy how the AI put your ears inside of the Rumble ears.
Oh yeah, that was another thing I was going to talk about. No, that one's too easy. But we'll do it anyway. It is a skinned one, by the way.
That's supposed to be a Malzahar skin then?
Nope.
Victor?
No.
I don't know then. It kind of throws me off because the little things all around the bottom.
Let's see. Is there a different one? No. It is an astronaut skin. Zareth.
Oh. Interesting.
So I was saying earlier we're going to fundraise at noon your time today. Someone approached us yesterday and said their business was doing one to raise the money to pay off our ministry truck, so y'all pray. Oh, that's cool.
Which means he'll probably be gone here in a little bit if they're going at noon our time.
Yep. We got an hour. So what time? How long until you have to leave? Like, do you have to drive far away, or we may not get to do questions today?
Is it noon our time or noon their time?
He said our time.
Yeah, he said noon our time, which also means he won't be there to reboot the modem. It's 11 here, so I've got an hour. We're only 5 minutes from it. It's 11 here. What do you mean your time and our time? It's the same time.
Yeah, it should be 10 there.
I mean, 11 my time is when we go. It's currently 10 here. But you don't even know where you are right now. 11 to 1. Man, this is confusing. So basically, either way, you have about a total of what, 45 minutes left? Or so? Because you
Oh,
currently
so what I was saying
have time to
earlier,
get ready.
their AI bot that they have can refresh the signal, so I don't understand why tier 1 or tier 2 tech support can't do it.
Right? He has 45 to 50 minutes, sir.
I'm trying.
Where's
Yeah.
Amy when you need her?
The ones on the phone are trying to stall him out to get him to hang up. That's why they're keeping him on hold.
I don't know why it refreshed and then kicked me again.
That's what they were saying is as soon as it refreshes, their system's immediately reverting it back to,
Suspended.
yeah.
It sounds like it has a hold on it. They just need to take off of it.
That's what it sounds like to me, that they should just
But
be able
I
to pull
can't
up
be
the
as
account.
smart as AI. Speaking of AI, while we're waiting, well, you know what their system is. One word. Don't you get me banned. Don't you do it. Speaking of AI, I saw a TikTok. A lot of people were dogging AI now. Because you know how it's like ruining a lot of art jobs and this and that.
Yeah.
However, you know how a lot of people go to like YouTube for like videos on learning how to do things and whatnot? I use AI to learn how to do stuff because it breaks it down in step-by-step instructions and I can pull it over to another screen and just follow them. You gotta be smarter than the computer, guys.
Apparently my stream's doing ads again, which doesn't make sense.
Taco's like dead air. Get all the ads I can. I need a
No,
burrito.
it doesn't make sense why it's running them again. It just ran them like 20 minutes ago, and it's set to only do the ads like once every 50 minutes.
Do you have it locked on a timer to do them?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, according to the settings the last time I pulled them up.
Oh, his fist is in the air. And he's screaming at the phone, guys. Good news. What's your good news? Don't tell me it's working now while he's screaming at him on the phone.
This also turned out good.
This also turned out good. Wow.
Who eats salsa at 10 in the morning? I'm just really curious now.
Well, it depends. You can put it on an omelet.
I suppose he started making it at 9:30, so it kind of threw me off.
You didn't expect me to say that and have an answer, did you?
Yeah, it was kind of odd that you thought of it.
That's just because my wife got an omelet at Bob Evans once that had sauce on it, and I said it's kind of weird. But then I proceeded to put hot sauce on an omelet, and I was like, well, it's kind of the same thing.
I would disagree, but yeah, I can see how you thought of it that way.
I mean, it's Oklahoma. Well, I've never been to Oklahoma, so I don't know what that means.
Yeah, I don't know if that's it's just Oklahoma type thing, or if you're dogging them like you do Tennessee.
he was screaming at the phone, shaking his fist. Now he's typing angrily.
Mm-hmm.
No, I like Oklahoma. Did MoonPie ever get barbecue?
I don't think so. He never mentioned trying any.
I thought he said he went to one place, but it was like a lot of dry rub. And he didn't like it.
Oh, I don't know. I know.
Not yet, Faith, but we'll be in Tennessee end of September. Do you
That
still have the
everything?
restaurants wrote down on where to go? Is it going to be a live stream from your phone?
I still think that'd be the best way of doing it.
For real? Get you a selfie stick and live stream it like this. We're trying to barbecue.
No, I thought Mander Pander claimed that she wrote them all down.
Reboot again, MoonPie. I want to live stream. That's what I just asked.
Yeah, do it.
Go reboot because your brain's not working.
Maybe it'll reboot his brain.
I'd laugh this whole time like all you had to do was unplug it and plug it back in. He's just been doing like something stupid.
I turned it off.
I turned it to Wombo. Are you still on the phone, Napkins? Shaking his head yes. You look mad. Shaking his head yes. Okay. He's rebooting again. Did you tell him that we are like live? Shaking his head yes. Did you tell him that you're going to unmute and let us hear this conversation? He said no.
Good news for Chad, they're refunding his activation fee.
Oh, look at her, Chad. You got money in the pocket.
And he's just getting started at this rate.
Wait a second. It has to be activated to work, and yet you're getting paid for them to activate it to work now? How do you manage that?
I like how instead of attempting to answer you, he just looked away from the camera.
That's like, I don't know, he would somehow get like AT&T to be like, hey, I'm going to pay you to use this cell phone. Okay.
Keep in mind, he is responsible for Mom getting a refund check from a wireless company.
Well, there you go, Chad. Chad's not answered. I thought it would make you happy, Chad.
Did he leave us?
Red again.
Oh.
Napkins isn't going to be happy.
No, he isn't. Do 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 do.
How long are you leaving it unplugged? I don't know if it's true, but I always thought you had to like leave it unplugged for like at least 45 seconds.
I've always heard 30.
I don't know, that depends. Do you put a timer or do you count Mississippi's?
I count it.
You count your Mississippi's?
Count in my head.
I count out loud Mississippi's. Because I don't want to get it wrong. What if I was purposely doing all of this to wad his napkins until the light kicks off and the battery lights up and it powers down? It's about 30 seconds. Bro, you're not doing this on purpose, right? Because he looks really angry right now. He might go beat that bear up live on camera. He should do that. No, but man, that would be funny. Oh, that would be pretty good. Wom, 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 wom. What would you do on your podcast today? Literally nothing.
Yeah, it's almost to the point where I'm thinking of getting something to eat now.
Some salsa?
No, no salsa.
I had to ask. I bet whatever tier support he's talking to literally just done the same thing the other ones have done. And was like, oh, go check now, just to see if they've done their job right. That would be my guess. On the bright side, though, all the viewers sticking around, I do much appreciate it, because it does help our channels for average viewers going up. I just apologize for all of the issues. G.
G.
Uh,
What up, homie?
what do you mean G? I'd laugh. He was like, "Sorry, spilled salsa." Bro, you said G. I'm confused.
I know what he's doing
Don't do it.
Don't do it! Don't you guys, band. It is good salsa. I love how he's been muted this whole time, and then he comes back like, "Don't do it!"
No. Oh,
Hashtag hate mail.
mine flashed for a moment saying that it lost signal, and it was literally split second.
How's it going, Napkins? Good answer. I thought he was unmuted. My bad, read the conversation wrong. I just got called honey by another man medic. What's his name? What's his name?
Bum, bum, bum.
What's his name? Because I'm going to let him know you were anything but sweet. Gabe? I don't know a Gabe.
Like how it's not, defensive or jealous or anything. Just, no, she ain't sweet.
Obviously. Wait, how do I say this without getting banned? So, was it like...
He called her Linda.
Was it like, "Oh, thanks, honey"? Or was it like, "Oh, thanks, honey"? There's a difference. Just asking questions. He called me Linda. Well, at least it wasn't a Karen. MoonPie! What? I don't know what that means. Try reboot now.
Oh.
So many things are happening. Time is running so... I feel like time is going slow, yet so fast right now.
I feel like time just keeps on slipping.
Into the
Into
future.
the future.
Yeah.
Oh.
You know what I
I'm such a
almost
dork.
downloaded and played the other day?
What's
Because
that?
I didn't know it was on Game Pass. Do you remember how many hours we sat either on a waterbed or in the floor playing a Tony Hawk skating game of just trying to cause as much damage as we could? Doing the big jump through the glass room that hung over the half pipe. Trying to get the high score. Do you remember that?
Oh yeah, I remember that game.
Yeah, I didn't know it was on Game Pass.
I saw they had put the Tony
I
the
just
Tony
wanna
Hawk
fly like an
remastered
eagle.
spat on there.
He called 2 times back to back, so I answered. I was like, it was like, "Hey Linda, it's Gabe. How are you doing, honey?"
It was on the Pizza Hut demo disc.
Yes, it was.
Yep,
Yes,
that's
it
where we
was.
first experienced it.
Hey
And
Linda,
in my head,
it's
I was
Gabe.
still-
How you doing, honey? Did you say much better now that somebody remembered my name?
Now that song.
See, I'm
stuck in my head.
diabolical because I'm the kind of person that I'd have been like, "Hey, Gabe, how are you, baby?"
I was gonna say I would have played along with it like you were Linda. Started all kinds of problems.
The New York pizza commercial it forced you to watch.
Yes, you know it.
MoonPie, please, for the love of God and all that is holy, please tell me that you have rebooted your internet and you haven't just sat here typing in chat for the past 4 minutes that I told you to reboot it.
Listen, he's caught on Tony Hawk right now. I can just imagine him just sitting there, like, staring up, like, dazing off, remembering typing away about Tony Hawk. Said, "This isn't Linda. I don't know how she's doing. You've got the wrong number."
You realize she's not sweet pretty quick then, didn't you?
User entered your channel.
Oh,
Hey.
hey! I hear him! I hear him!
Hey.
Has anyone else got the song from that level of Tony Hawk stuck in their head now?
Which song?
I don't remember the name of it. And I'm hearing all sorts of music playing.
Yeah, I hear him.
Hey, you've got to turn that off. Sorry.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Oh, wait.
And. Oh.
Ah, if you could, like, hold this off for 40 more seconds.
I'm here.
It would have been such good timing for the ad break to end, and then you just popped in.
So we need
What's
to
that?
kind of quickly get into Quester's questions and stuff if we're going to do them today.
Look
I
at
see a
Commander
mediocre mander. I saw it.
Well.
Don't do that.
Remember that picture she posted where she saw a Sam Squinch? It was like
Squinch?
yeah, Sam Squinch.
Looked a lot like you.
Yeah. There we go.
You don't
Fix
remember?
that.
You were the Sam Squinch. Standing on a bunch of
Oh.
pipes. You were the Sam Squinch.
Oh. What is going on? Why is my phone still playing that? Okay. Yeah, I do. When I was actually trying to catch a groundhog. I was feeding it tomatoes.
I was gonna say we just saw a mediocre mander. It was like seeing a Sam Squinch.
Yeah. Mediocre mander, like seeing the Sam Squinch.
What?
That's another word. It's like a Sasquatch. But a Sam Squinch.
You never see it, and then when you do, you're like, "Ah, I saw it."
I seen it.
Nobody
My
believes you.
eyeballs. So, Napkins, what did they say was going on? Why did...
I don't know. I think he's still yelling at him.
Now I want pizza.
I don't know, but he got Chad money paid to him to get you internet. So
Sweet. You'll pay me to use your internet service.
that's what I
Right,
said. I
it's
was like,
going.
"How did you do that?"
Right, it's going.
Wow.
Leave it to him. Once he gets done sending the message or whatever he's done, we'll jump into these questions. In the meantime, don't forget, even though we've went through the struggles, and now we got internet packs, a huge shout out to AVN. If you don't know who AVN, angryvetnation.org, go check them out. Best sponsor you can get. They always got your six. They are family. And when they say it, they mean it. You won't find a better group of people. Promise. Their hearts are
User
as
in
big
your
as the
channel
world.
started recording.
So make sure you go check them out and show them some love.
And remember,
awesome.
you must be a veteran or a first responder to apply.
To be fair, Napkins did warn everybody at the beginning of this
That's what I said. I said it was a good thing you gave a warning. Huge shout out to everybody that stuck around, though. Much love to you all.
Okay.
All right, Napkins,
Are we
What the
ready
problem
for
is?
you have the floor,
Questions?
sir.
questions?
Yes.
Listen, I don't want to talk about what the problem is.
Mander
'Cause it's
Pander
so-
15, I see you.
I'm gonna get mad, and we never gonna get to Quester's questions.
Well,
All right. First one comes from Faith Pulse. It's addressed to everybody, and it says, "Just wanted to say I appreciate all of you. It may not feel like it sometimes, but God is using you all to reach people. P.S. Someone fix MoonPie's crap already."
well, thanks, Faith.
Someone's got your back.
Somebody.
Great timing with that one, too.
This next one comes from the Medic 8 Me guy. Medic, the
Medic
number
8 Me.
8 and me.
Oh,
Yeah,
I was like,
Medic
wait,
8 Me.
what'd you say?
This is addressed to everyone. It says, "Hey guys, me again. I just wanted to say, napkins, always keep control of your head and don't let it run away with you. I have been in the same boat, and besides giving everything to God, this show and the laughs have helped me more than you all will ever know."
Oh,
I'm into that. Aw, napkins. More love to you.
What if when all this love mail comes in for napkins, he just looked at people and was like, "Don't tell me how to live my life."
I'm just waiting on a loving one towards me.
That ain't happening.
Don't you
just get the
lie.
hate mail. That's
It's coming. I can feel it in my bones. I can feel it. There's going to be a big loving one towards me.
from Gabe.
That would be hilarious.
Yes, it would.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Are you still tapping to support?
Yes.
Yeah.
And doing questions. Look at this. Are you taking notes, Chad?
And I'm still got the phone on mute because I will sit on here all freaking day until I talk to a supervisor. I really don't care. I ain't got nothing else to do.
Good.
Listen, Chad, you got to get in this mindset.
All right, this next one comes from Sasha.
Sasha!
She listens from Ohio on Spotify, and she says, "Hey guys, how long do you think someone should wait for someone? I'm kind of in a situation, and the person I want to be with hasn't let go of their ex. How long should I wait to see if he ever will? Is this a normal thing? Small amount of info. They don't have children together, but they still message a lot and things. He still helps her out when he can, including money and bills. I find it odd, but he gets mad if I mention it."
Move on.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him go. Let him go, Sasha.
No, that's not normal in my opinion.
no.
Just
Not in any way, shape, or form.
yeah, move right along, girl. The wife says.
Yeah, especially if he's still like giving her money and talking to her all the time, they ain't done.
That is a classic. Want my cake and eat it too.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a major red flag that I wouldn't overlook.
You might be blind.
All right, this next one comes from Faith Pulse, and it's addressed to me, and it says, "The napkin story is happening? Like for real?" Oh, no, you didn't.
What?
Oh, no, you didn't.
They hang up on you?
They sure did.
Oh.
I've got a project after the show, boys.
You should record it.
Anyway,
into
it
a YouTube
says,
series.
"The napkins
Go
story
streaming
is
live?
happening. Like for real. Has anybody informed Amy?"
I don't know. Has anybody informed Amy?
That's a question for Angry Vet and Angry Vet Nation.
Ah, Lord.
You
Hang on.
It'll be the
Hang
return
on.
of
We're
Amy
getting
to the chat.
Why
I'm
is this
telling
not?
you. So after the show, you should go back live, streaming you calling them back.
Yeah. No muting or anything. Just the camera watching you as you talk to him.
You know how many comments he would get of, "You seem like an angry person."
So we just got a live a live chat.
Okay.
Oh Lord. It says, "Hey, it's Gabe. Just wanted to say I love Medic. Like boy oh boy, I love me some Medic."
I told you I was getting 11-1. Dang, going, I'm good. I'll take
I
it.
don't know who's responsible for that, but
Oh.
thank you. That was great.
I bet that was my wife.
All right. Back to where we were
I just
going.
choked on saliva.
At least it wasn't salsa.
Well, the salsa was good.
Yes, Amy knows. I bet she's
About
over the
Gabe?
moon for that. No, about the napkin story. Listen,
Oh,
you wasn't here. She was in deep, bro.
She was invested.
She was committed to it.
I remember.
Oh, you hear the anger in them little keys slamming?
I do. He's gonna get done. His fingers are gonna have muscles. Upon muscles.
All right. The next
Chat
one.
must be working his nerves too.
Well, he's trying to talk me into keeping the service. I said the service is as much garbage as your customer service.
Daggone.
Zach from Beyond the or wait, no, Zach from Ohio,
Zach?
um,
When did you join Beyond the Quest?
said, "Do you all think AI is good slash bad? Do you
We
think
just talked about
spirits control AI? I saw a video. If you give it rules and ask questions, it answers that it is controlled by spirits and that it is after souls. Thoughts?"
That's
I
interesting.
think a lot of that's put on, to be honest with
Okay,
you.
so I want to address this first. Um, AI is artificial intelligence. It's literally a computer. It is literally programmed to learn by what you tell it and answer it accordingly. If you give it guidelines, it is going to answer those questions based upon the guidelines you give it.
Not
That
Zach.
does not mean that that is actually the truth.
Yeah, I've heard that type of rumor a few times of, oh, we were messing with AI, and then it started talking about demons, and it wanted to take my soul, blah, blah, blah. I've yet to see any kind of evidence of one just randomly developing that way. Every time that I've seen somebody post stuff about it, it's like, yeah, but you were feeding it all sorts of stuff about spirituality and demons and all that. Of course, it's going to start veering that way. They learn by what you're sending to them and what you're trying to converse with them about.
I can't dog AI. I use AI a lot. But however, I will say you can't believe everything AI tells you. I mean, MoonPie sent me an article of a guy got hospitalized for poisoning himself trying to follow a diet that
Does he
AI
listen to
gave him.
AI? Yep.
I think wisdom and knowledge and common sense should really
The
come into play there.
It literally has a disclaimer that says ChatGPT can make mistakes. Check important info.
Right.
I think it opens. I don't think it's necessarily bad in itself, but I think it opens a door when they start trying to. They're doing all these experiments to merge AI with people, like they're wanting to put chips in the brain and all that. And I think it opens a door to the possibility of, when Daniel talked about a kingdom where he's seen iron and clay mingled together. It just makes me wonder, is AI going to be the catalyst that uh, births that kingdom? Are we already seeing that? I don't know. I don't think it's bad in itself, though.
I think it
I
depends
like
on
the
how you
little,
use it.
yeah, just like anything else, it's a tool.
Yep.
Like some people, what a tool.
Gabe.
Who is Gabe?
Okay. I don't know if I should get into the one. It's the specific reason I mentioned the disclaimer at the start of the show.
If you
Remember's
want
got like 20 minutes left.
If you want to save it till last, and if we get to it, and if not, we can.
Well, the rest of them's not really that serious, so it's really just more about if we want to get into serious today.
That's up to you, bro. You're the one reading them.
We could save it for next week if we need.
The problem is, though, with how serious it is, I don't know if
Well, then
that's a good
read
idea
it.
either.
Well, then just read it.
Okay, this comes from Anonymous, and I'm going to try and get through this without
Move your hand.
breaking. Without onions.
Engines.
But yeah. So it starts out. This is multiple submissions, so you got to bear with me.
Bearing.
Napkins. I don't even know how to let these words out without breaking. I'm so dang tired. Not tired like I need sleep, but tired in my soul. Every part of me feels heavy, like I'm dragging chains no one else can see. I've tried. God knows I've tried, but it feels like everything I touch falls apart. I keep saying I'll be okay, but the truth is I'm not. I'm so far from okay that it scares me. It's not just that I think about dying, it's more like if God were sitting across from me right now, I'd look him in the eye and whisper, I can't do this anymore. I'm done. And a part of me would beg him to take me home because at least it would be quiet. At least then I wouldn't have to fake another smile and carry this weight another day. The worst part, no one really knows. I fight this battle in silence because who wants to love someone that's broken? If the people I care about saw the truth, saw how shattered I really am all the way to my very core, would they stay? Or would they just turn away because loving me is too much? That thought alone is enough to crush what little fight I have left. So I'm asking you, even though it feels like begging tears me apart, when you stood in the darkness yourself and all you wanted was for it all to stop, to have peace, when every voice in your head told you to just let go, how did you keep breathing? How did you keep fighting when it felt like you couldn't take one more step? Because, man, I don't know how much longer I can do this. And I need something, anything, to hold on to.
I'm gonna let you go first because it sounds like it's more addressed to you.
Spoiler alert for the napkin story. I don't think that this is something I have talked about publicly on the show, but December of 2023. Was it 2023 or 2022?
It was 23.
I took an attempt at my own life. I didn't tell anybody I was struggling. The only person that actually knew how bad I was struggling was my ex-wife. And a therapist. I was talking to a therapist. They put me on antidepressants, which made it worse. Told them it was making it worse, so they upped the dosage. Went back to my therapist and said, "Hey, it's even getting worse." And he said, "Okay, we're going to try upping your dosage again and adding in an anxiety medicine." Went back to my therapist and I said, "Dude, I'm writing letters. I'm making plans." He said, "Okay, we're going to put you on the max dosage of both medications."
which is all the wrong approach.
The day before I took my attempt, I called him in a full-on mental breakdown. And he said, "I understand you're struggling. I'll get you in tomorrow, I promise." And to me, especially from you writing that email, you know how hard it is to ask for help from anybody. And honestly, it feels shameful at the time. Like, why am I so low that I have to ask somebody for help just to hear me, just to let me vent? And I get what you're saying as far as not wanting to tell the people that love you, that care about you, your family, your friends. I understand that because you're afraid that they're going to look at you differently. You're afraid that they're going to pity you. That's why it was easier for me to talk to a complete stranger. But whenever he said, "I'll get you in tomorrow," I literally said, "Don't worry about it." I said, I'll never talk to you again. I don't want to talk to you again. You can just cancel me as a client." And I hung up. Looking back on it now that I'm no longer as low and stuff as I was back then, as a therapist, as a professional licensed therapist, that should have been his red flag of, hey, he's literally at his wit's end.
Not only that, he should have tried a different medication.
Yeah,
instead
he
of
shouldn't have.
upping the
Oh, yeah.
supplement.
That's why I
But
made the comment about that's the wrong approach. They're supposed to change it.
that night, I think I had 2 panic attacks that night where I was like hysterical, couldn't breathe, fetal position. Um, my ex-wife came in to check on me. I was screaming that I just wanted it all to stop. I just wanted peace. The very next morning, I woke up to something very unsettling, which I will not get into right now. That'll be released in the napkin story later.
Viewer discretion is
Um,
advised.
I was upset, felt like my world was falling apart. I was already at the bottom of the bottom, and I was driving and looked over in the cup holder, and what was there was the rest of that medication they put me on, and I popped the top, down the bottle. By the time it had kicked in, I'd forgot I'd even took it, because of the adrenaline, anxiety, and everything of what was going on that day. It took a lot longer than what it should have to have a reaction on me. But once it did kick in, it kicked in quick. And I'm very blessed, fortunate, and lucky to be here today. And I say all that, and I just want to reiterate something, because this 2 different jobs now that I have went to since this attempt, and keep in mind, again, that happened in 2023, but I did go public with it, because though I regret it, I'm not ashamed of it. It's my story. It's my testimony. And I'll tell anybody that wants to listen, because it may help somebody else. So I went public with it. I put it on Facebook. 2 different employers has mentioned to me about concerns of hiring me because that's on my Facebook. Now, not back then. Again, back then I was ashamed to go to anybody. Now, a couple weeks ago, I got really low. Felt like life was just hitting me from every corner, every side. And I was very close to the same level of low I was that day. And I took a phone call from vet. I knew what the phone call was. I knew why he was calling me. I answered it anyway. And he can attest to this. I was so broken at that point. I couldn't even get words out. All I did was cry. And he sat there, reassured me, talked to me for about 10 minutes, long enough for me to calm down and compose myself. And he said, "Will you talk to somebody? If I get somebody on the phone that will actually listen to you, actually give you advice, will you talk to them?" And I told him, yeah. And he put me in touch with a crisis therapist, or crisis counselor. And they talked to me for a little bit. Based off of that conversation, they did recommend that I reach out to 988, which is the mental crisis line that is available all across the U.S. And they were great. I reached out to them. They don't even ask your name, and they just talk to you like a best friend. They don't judge. They don't pry. They will give you advice. And then I have since been talking to that crisis therapist. I've talked to them a couple more times since, and it's helped. And I say all that to say, don't be ashamed to ask for help. Don't be ashamed to use that number if you need it. Ultimately, faith is a big thing. Praying is a big thing. God is my biggest supporter in my mental health. And it's easy to say that. It's harder to live it. In the moment, and that's a lot of people that I've talked to, as far as like, I got really low, I got dangerously low, and people's like, man, what about your kids? I understand I have kids. And yes, I want to live for my kids. That's not even a question. But speaking to someone who I feel like is on the verge of getting that low, that's not what's on your mind at that moment. Your mind is literally in torment with itself. And it feels like you can't it feels like you're caught up in a big ball of spider webs is the best way I can explain it, and you can't sort one from the other. Um, and it's maddening. And I get it and understand it more than you could understand. Um, More than anybody could understand, really. And even if it's calling the 988 number, if it's reaching out to a local therapist, if it's getting on our website and emailing one of us and being like, "Hey, call me." Um, there's a really great video, and I sent it to my mom, and we've made that pact. I'm pretty sure if I was to mention it to anybody on this um, call right now, they would agree to it as well. But it says this guy's talking, and he said, I have a really close friend, and I caught up with her, and I was like, "Hey, how you been?" and stuff, and she said, "I'm not gonna lie, man, I got really, really low. I just needed somebody." And he said, "Why didn't you reach out to me?" She said, "I did." So he pulls out his phone to prove that she hadn't reached out to him, and there's messages there that's like, "Hey, what are you doing? You want to come over? You want to grab a bite to eat?" And he's like, how was I supposed to know that this was a cry for help? How was I supposed to know that you were going through something? And so they made a pact together that if they're ever going through something, they have a phrase that they send each other that says, "Do you have 8 minutes?" Because studies show that it takes 8 minutes of just letting somebody vent, talking to somebody and letting them know that somebody's there, takes 8 minutes to talk them down from the ledge whenever they're getting ready to jump. And that you're not going to, and he even goes on to say, you're not going to sort out all your problems in 8 minutes. That's not what it's about. It's about keeping people here for one more day, for one more night, so that talking them off that ledge, giving them 8 minutes to vent, work through whatever is currently got them right there getting ready to jump, talking them down from that, and then catching up with them later. So yes, you give them 8 minutes right now. Then whenever because who can't give up 8 minutes? I mean, most employers give at least a 15-minute break, paid break at that you could pick up the phone and call somebody who's on the verge of jumping over the ledge and calm them down. And then once you're off work or once you get time, then you call them back or you go over and see them and you sit with them. And that's whenever you can actually help them work through their problems. Um, so I guess that's my biggest advice. Of course, pray, lean into God, lay it all down to God, but ultimately don't be afraid to reach out, even if it's a stranger. There's no shame in it, even though that you feel like, especially at the time, you feel like you feel like people's going to judge you, they're going to feel sorry for you, they're going to look down on you. You can't think with that mentality. One of my quickly became one of my closest friends. She used to be a coworker. She is actually the one who she messaged my mom because I just messaged her and I was like, didn't say anything out of the ordinary. This was a couple weeks ago. I messaged her and I said, "Hey Kylie, thank you for being the sister I didn't know I needed. Thank you for always being there for me. Thank you for being a true friend." And immediately she knew something was wrong.
Since we know MoonPie's on a ticking timetable now, you got anything to add?
No, I just, I think it's important that, just like Napkins was saying, it's important to, you know, make that time. I love that idea, 8 minutes. That's all it takes. Anybody could spare 8 minutes, especially when it's something as heavy as someone's life in the balance. You don't have to have all the words to say. You don't have to be able to articulate some big thing. You know, just be an ear, be a shoulder, just be there. I thank God for people like Vet. I thank God for um, companies who like Angry Vet Nation who are doing things to bring to light the the reality of mental health crisis. And I thank God we still have napkins with us, and that the Lord has plans for him. Just didn't win.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more. I really like the 8 minutes thing. Obviously, I'm very grateful and thank God that Napkins is still here. Um, but to the anonymous person that submitted it, I'm glad you're still here.
Yeah.
If you ever just need an ear and you can't get a hold of anybody, join our Discord. If you just want to sit and talk and vent and rant, do it. Because that's one thing that we want to build our community on, is that we're here for anybody. And the only other thing I would add to it is, don't give up on God through it. Like Napkins, I've been there. I've been to the bottom. I've took attempts. And I can tell you firsthand that after I literally screamed out to God that I couldn't do it anymore, and everything, and that when you get a hold of that peace that passed all understanding, like MoonPie was praying for earlier, it's not that everything fixes and goes away. I mean, you'll still go through things, and you still have chaos going around you and thing. But the thing is that it's not going on up here anymore, and that's one big thing that I'm on, is that you still have, when God gave us freedom, that He gave us freedom in our minds. And to me, it's a big thing that of keeping grasp on your mind and not letting it run away. Because once it does, it's really hard to stop it. And I think we've all been there. Taco?
I, I think everything's been covered with that pretty well. Like you were mentioning, when you truly turn it over to God and you're leaning on Him, it's not that everything just magically goes away or gets fixed. It's more like
User disconnected from your
your
channel.
mentality shifts. You see things differently. You no longer feel like certain things are quite as overwhelming or important as what they seemed beforehand. I think the biggest thing is you have to understand that, yeah, you're battling and you're going through things, but you're not alone. You can reach out to people, you can do things. And like Napkins said, you have to push past the whole feeling shame about it and do it anyway.
Right. And don't get wrapped up, like Napkins was saying, don't get wrapped up in being afraid that family's going to judge you and everything. I think Napkins, I would hope, would agree that we're a very tight family, and I would hope that he would always remember that there's no judgment coming from us, because we've been just as low and in the bottom as well. And even though that goes through your head, remember that, as Vet would say, that's what family's there for, is to have your back, even in the darkest times and in the struggles.
And so one thing I do want to mention, because I've heard this so much from people who don't understand what it's truly like to be that low. I can't tell you how many times I've heard, "Oh, they're just looking for attention." Um, that is not at all the case. You can tell whenever somebody is actually that low and whenever somebody's doing it for attention.
Yeah,
Um,
I think there's a difference.
And I
whenever,
would say Medic and I both, from our jobs, have really experienced the difference there with patients we've dealt with in the past and everything. Not only can you tell the difference, it's quickly spotted, easily seen.
Um, and exactly, Sleep Ninja, exactly like you said. Some folks can hide it very well. That is true. And for me personally, um, do I think that I was at 100% like over the top happy and every happy go lucky and everything before it really hit me on Wednesday whenever I did get that low? No, but I also didn't think that I was slipping as quick as I was. It literally felt like it hit me all at once. And
You know
um,
how I like to explain it. You ever been in the ocean and then you can feel the water so high up on you, and then when the waves come, it kind of goes up a little bit and then comes back down. But then one of those, when the riptide or whatever comes back, suddenly some of those waves, it'll just grab you by the ankles and pull you under. I mean, to me, it's like that because you never know when it's coming, and when it does, it's like you're drowning and like you just can't get out of it. Uh, it's a real it's real for people that doubt it. It is real. And the thing is, when you feel like you're drowning, you panic and you forget that you know how to swim.
um,
And I would say that I still get sad. Um, there's still days that I would say I get depressed, uh, but I don't fall apart like I used to, and I don't give in like I used to, because this is one thing that I really love about Angry Vet Nation, about really pushing to help people with these struggles, is because it's something that really touches home with me, because it's something that though I fight it daily, and that you can ask my wife, there are sometimes out of nowhere it's like a light switch just flips and suddenly she can tell my mood changes because of how it hits, but I fight it and I struggle and battle against it because I refuse to fall to it again.
in all honesty, and I'm not, don't get me wrong, there are people out there who will say and do stuff for attention, and I completely get that. But the ones that are out saying that everybody who reaches out for help is looking for attention
Has never struggled with
is
it.
it has never struggled with it, for one, and for two, they're part of the problem that creates that shame
Yeah,
around people that actually need help.
yeah,
That's part of the reason why the ones who are that low try and hide it. And they don't want to ask for help because they don't want people thinking, "Oh, I'm looking for I'm looking for sympathy. I'm looking for attention." They don't want people to think of them that way. They don't want people to look at them and say, "Oh, he's broken. Oh, we should feel sorry for him because he had suicidal thoughts one time or he had a suicide attempt one time." Um, that's a lot of what creates the struggles around
it
people that
makes it
actually
worse.
need help wanting to ask for
Yeah,
help.
yeah, it makes it worse for sure.
Um,
And as far as people that do struggle and that feel, that they're broken and they're afraid of it, whatever, I'll be broken with you because I'm just as broken as anybody else in this world.
but like MoonPie said before he got off the phone or got off the call,
Yeah, he had to
um,
leave, guys. He had a fundraiser thing to get to.
even if like, and Vet can attest to this, whenever he called me, 90% of the time of the 10-15 minutes we were on the phone, he just sat on the phone with me. He didn't say anything. He was just there. Um, it was we may have talked for a minute or two of the entire phone call. Um, it's not about knowing what words to say. It's not about necessarily giving somebody advice. as much as it is just being there. Um, Sometimes people just need somebody to lean on without judgment or pity.
Well said, brother.
All right, who's ready for some hate mail?
Hate mail.
Yeah,
Cool.
MoonPie get hate mail?
you did, sir.
No, I was supposed to get the loving one.
This comes from Sushi84.
I don't like sushi anymore.
Listens from California on Spotify.
Okay, let's hear it. What I do now?
Yo, Medic. I've been a fan for a while, but you really lost me with that comment about forcing your kids to go to church. Like, really? Kids aren't robots you can program to believe what you believe. They're people. They should go, they should get to choose their own path, not be dragged out of bed every Sunday like it's punishment. All I pictured was you with a cattle prod herding them into pews yelling it's for your own good. That's not faith, that's control. Trust me, the fastest way to make someone hate church is to make it feel like prison. I thought Slim Chance Gaming was about family, fun, and community, but now you're out here sounding like McWarden of the First Forced Fellowship. Yikes, I'm disappointed, man. Maybe think about the difference between leading your kids and forcing them. From this fan's perspective, you just failed.
Well, first of all, if they're your children and you're raising them and you're trying to raise them right, how is that not leading? Second of all, I'm assuming you're also one of those people that says, "Oh well, they're a child. They should get to decide if they want to be a boy or girl, no matter what parts they got."
Yeah,
Common sense.
when it comes to kids, it doesn't matter. They can decide what they want, but they're still your children. They still have to do
there
what you
was
say.
plenty of times when I was young I didn't want to go
Yep.
and was still forced to go. But you know what? It doesn't, because listen, this world can offer them everything under the sun, and a lot of the times everything will turn into what we just talked about, and it messes them up. And if they hit those moments, I want them to know where they can turn to when they hit those points in life. Whenever they hit the lowest of lows, if nothing else, they'll always know that they can turn to God.
Um, I've got two things to add.
I'm a control freak. Yeah, let's go. Let's hear it. You gonna give me hate mail too?
No. The first thing I'm gonna say is, even as an adult, have you ever been so excited to go somewhere and then it actually come time to go and you'd be like, I'm just tired, man. I don't want to go. I just want to be lazy. I think I'm just gonna sit here.
Yeah, I don't ever want to leave the house.
And then you get somebody that calls you up and they're like, "Hey, I thought you was coming," and you're like, "Man, I just don't feel like it." And they're like, "Come on,
That's
man,
me every
just
day.
come. It'll be fun. Just come for me." And you end up going and you have a great time. Um, yes, they're children, but sometimes whenever we don't want to go to church, especially, is whenever we need to go the worst.
Yeah.
Um, that's my first little caveat there. My second caveat is nobody, listener wise, I don't think anyway, I don't think Medic has ever disclosed the age of his children. Um, for all you know, they're toddlers. You can't leave toddlers at home by themselves because they don't want to go to church. And I've got toddlers, and there's all kinds of places I want to go and they don't want to go. But guess what? I stick them in the car and make them go anyway because they're toddlers and they can't stay at home by themselves. And I'm the adult. And if I want to go, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Yes, you get your own free will and your own choice on whether you want to go or not. But once you're at a certain age, is the way I believe. Not everybody believes the same way. And that's okay. That's their right. That doesn't mean you get to get out here and say, "Hey, you're doing it wrong," because you don't agree with what they believe. Um, that's one thing I don't understand about today's world, where everybody wants to say, you said you don't like pumpkin spice. I'm offended. That's their right to have that opinion that they think pumpkin spice is the worst thing ever invented. That doesn't
I
mean
don't
you
like
get the
pumpkin
right to get
spice.
offended by that.
Well, I don't
You
like
didn't
pumpkin
invent
spice.
pumpkin spice. I'm just saying. Um, you might not agree with all of Medic's parenting choices. You might not agree with all my parenting choices. That doesn't mean they're not right. They might not be right in your
You
eyes,
know how
but
often back in
they're
the
not
day
your
it
kid.
was if you live under my roof, it's my rules.
Exactly.
I don't care if you're 18, you're living under this roof, you're gonna go by my rules. Hello.
Now, here's the caveat I will say to that, Medic, I'm gonna play devil's advocate just a tad,
Go for it.
just a teeny tad. And I'm gonna say if they're a teenager and they have the right to make their own decision, and you have been trying to get them to come to church, you've been trying to get them to come experience what church is, you're really trying to push in them, hey, our time on this earth is short, you really need to get right with God, and they still make the choice that they don't want to go. Then at that point that they are old enough, and I'm not talking like a teenager like barely 13. I'm talking like a teenager like 16, 17, where they're getting to that age where they can actually start making their own decision.
Hmm.
Um, and you try and force them to go at that point, that is whenever I feel like you can do more harm than good.
Which we
Um,
made that point last time. We even mentioned that right after Medic explained he made his kids get up and go. He even said, it's not like I'm making a 16 or 17-year-old go who could stay home by themselves.
Well, let me. Okay, for one, most of the time my children want to go to church. They don't mind to go. Like my wife said in the chat, a lot of times when they say they don't want to go, it's because they've played all day and they're tired and whatnot and they're sleepy. But however, to answer your question or your little devil's advocate thing, if it's like a off night and the church is doing like a youth or a Bible study or something and they don't want to go, fine. If it is a Sunday service and they're living under my roof and I'm going to church, they're going to go with me. Because my job as a father to them and a leader of a household is to lead and guide them in the right ways. I want them to be in the best place that they can, whether they like going or not. On Sunday service, I want them to go.
and see, here's the beauty about America. I hear what you're saying. I
Mm-hmm.
understand what you're saying, but respectfully, I disagree with it. I didn't tell you you failed. I didn't tell you that you're a crap parent. I didn't tell you I was offended.
Until they hit the age to be considered an adult, like until they're hitting 18 or whatever, to be able to do everything on their own and stuff, then they're gonna go by my rules.
Which, to use Napkins' original example, I don't want to go to work every week. Guess what? I get up and go to work every week. And you know what happens? I get paid. I can pay my bills. I'm not homeless living on the street. Sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do. Sometimes that works out in the good. In that example, I get money to pay my bills, so I'm not homeless. It doesn't matter if the kids want to go or not, they are kids.
You know what? I'm going to
They
tie
don't
this
have
in
the mentality or the maturity necessary to make their own decisions about anything.
because I already
That's why
know what
parents make them.
this sushi person, if they respond, especially to what Taco just said, I already know already know what they're going to say, so I'm going to tie this in to our previous conversation. Because at least I'm going to make an educated guess that they would say, yeah, but that's work, that's necessity. Church isn't a necessity. Here's I I'm again playing devil's advocate a little bit, because if you truly believe in Christian beliefs, Christian faith, church, all the good stuff, you know that church is absolutely a necessity. But even beyond that, as we know, talking about mental health and suicide, it is common knowledge, it is proven fact that it is getting younger and younger and
Mm-hmm.
younger. Every year, the age that somebody first harms themselves or attempts suicide or is successful with suicide, the age gets younger and younger. I read an article the other day. It was like a 8 or 9 year old kid committed suicide. Um,
Well,
what if
here's
I'm
the reason I mentioned the until they're at least 18 or whatever. So we just got out of a youth revival, and the first night of that youth revival, they put on a skit. Two of the members in that skit played two different parts, two different situations, and it was their testimony of struggles that they were literally dealing with anxiety, with depression, and everything that they were going through. And then during the nights of that revival, it was brought up and mentioned about how the struggles that these kids go through, in, not just in high school, but in middle school and everything, the things they're exposed to, the things that are said, all of it, and the things that they deal with and that they hold in because they don't know what to do with it, and how it's affecting them, the struggles that they're going through in their minds with the mental battles and everything. So until they hit 18 to become an adult and do whatever, and they're going through school dealing with all this stuff, and like you were just talking about how it's getting younger and younger and younger, they're dealing with stuff right now in school and going and with their mental battles and stuff that they don't know what to deal with. So yeah, that's where they're going to go. They're going to go to church with me on Sundays.
well, what I was gonna say is, let's say that there is not one of your kids, but a different kid that is at that church
Mm-hmm.
that doesn't know the Lord and is struggling mentally, is making plans and thoughts of harming themselves, and you force your kids to go. They end up seeing the kid, and this kid is feeling all alone, isolated, has no friends. Maybe is in an abusive home, feels like they have nobody to talk to, nobody to hang out with, and your kids that you forced to go to church sees that kid, goes, sits with that kid, plays with that kid, talks with that kid, becomes
Changed
friends with
his
that
life.
kid, and they literally just saved his life.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
just saying,
So my
food for
thing
thought.
is, like you said earlier, sushi, whatever. You don't have to like it, and you don't have to agree with it.
Yeah, they
Um,
may not agree that, church is essential.
and I am sorry if it
That's,
offended you so much that you are a disappointed fan and don't want to watch or listen anymore. But just because you got your feelings hurt or don't agree with it doesn't change how I'm going to try and help raise my kids.
And I'm just gonna I'm also gonna add this to anybody else that watches our show or listens to our podcast. You're not going to agree with everything that comes out of our mouths. I'm sure that you watch TV shows, you don't agree with everything that happens. You watch or listen to whatever, and you don't agree with every single thing that they say or do.
I don't like how that episode ended of Grey's Anatomy. I better watch the next season.
I
Um,
mean,
I cannot wrap my head around the mentality though of these content creators, big content creators that'll get on here and be like, "This is my platform. This is the way I do things. If you don't like it, then don't watch." You didn't like one thing we said. That doesn't mean that you don't like our show anymore. Like,
Right.
and if
no,
you do make that choice of, hey, I'm not going to watch them anymore because Medic forces his kids to go to church, I mean, that's cool too. You have your own free will. I'm not holding a gun to your
And
head and saying you
another
have to watch
option
and listen to this
is if
episode.
you would like to discuss it, click that "Want to be on the show" button there, and
Yeah,
we could discuss it live. And I will
absolutely.
even
That's why
go
that button is there.
sushi.
And that goes for anybody, you know. That's the beautiful thing about Beyond the Quest. Beyond the Brokenness is a little bit different
Yeah.
style, a different platform, but Beyond the Quest is literally set up to where we can just sit and hang out with our fans if they want to and
Like we did for
debate,
an hour.
discuss the things that's on our brain, discuss the things that we've gone through, the things we believe, and occasionally people message in and ask for our advice or our input. Don't know why. We're just four random brothers, but we'll give it to you. Um, I
Anything and
mean,
everything.
And
if you are really that disturbed about it and you really feel that strongly against it, then absolutely, just like he said, hit that interested in being on the show button. I'll get in contact with you. I'll get you in. I'll make it happen, and we can have a discussion and a debate right here live.
Mama says, I just want to say, as these boys' mama, they were made to go to church on Sundays growing up. And yes, they may have strayed a time or two, but thank God, look where they are today.
yeah, and as I was saying, the listener may not view church as essential, but I would argue that even according to most quote unquote what's the word they use, secular people out there these days, according to studies, those who have a strong faith life tend to be more successful and happier in the long run than those who don't have any kind of faith in anything. So you may disagree with this, but I would argue that if studies are saying that those with a strong center of faith do better overall, shouldn't you raise your children with a grounded sense of faith?
I want my children to know what they believe in and have a foundation to stand on. And
Yeah.
I want them to know,
You know,
if you think of it about like the prodigal child. So they were raised in church, they know all about God and everything, and then say they do stray and they do go their own ways and anything, but they always know where home is to go back.
you know, there is. I'm not gonna lie. It is a sad song that I used to listen to a lot, mainly just because I like the song. I ain't gonna lie, but there's a line in it, and it really kind of makes you really sit and ponder how many people feel that way. But the line in the song says, "I wasn't raised religious, but I wish I was, so at least I would have something to believe in."
Yep. Now you get where I was coming from. You may not agree with me on when they hit certain ages and things, but
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like whenever they're young, absolutely, I agree 110%. If you're going to church, they go to church. But I do personally, and again, this is my belief, and it's okay to have different beliefs. This isn't I mean,
right.
um, but my personal belief is once they become a certain age, if they no longer want to go, I'm still going to ask them every time I go, "Hey, I'm going to church. You want to go with me?" And if they truly don't want to go, and they're like, "No, I don't want to go. I'm not feeling it." Okay, stay home. Love you. Be back in a little bit.
I respectfully decline.
Anything else we gotta go over?
And to build off Mama's comment, that's honestly the way she was with us. Once, yes, whenever we were little, we were raised up in church. Once we got a certain age, if we said we didn't want to go, we didn't have to go.
Peepaw said he wasn't raised in church, but I thank God today for the things that he has done for me and the family he has given me. Amen to that.
And I'm just gonna ask, Peepaw, if you was rose in church, how much easier would your life have been?
Do you wish you were raised in church? Like, do you wish you were forced to
Do
go
you
every
wish that you
Sunday?
would have had that
I mean,
foundation?
that's what Faith said up above. He wished he was made to go when he was young.
Yeah, we need to catch up on chat real quick. We're waiting on a response from him. The wife said our children actually do want to go to church. The majority of the time, their excuses when they don't is that they're tired, not that they don't like church. Ninja says that to me every day. I think that's what he was referring to about Napkins' comment earlier.
Mm-hmm.
The wife said, "We are here to lead and guide them. If leading them to the Lord is a problem you have, sorry about your luck." Faith says, "I wish someone made me go when I was young." The wife said they watched their parents. They bawled their eyes out when we got saved. They were so happy. They watched it. They watch us praise the Lord. They watch our steps and have seen changes that the Lord has made in us. Peepaw says, "Yes." He said his life would have been a lot easier. To answer your question, Napkins.
So, have we got any more questions?
There are a few
Do we
a
want to
few
save
more,
them to
but
next
yeah,
week
I
or
think I think it'd be best at this point to save them. I mean, we're going on 3 hours.
over 3 hours?
Granted, an hour of it was you fighting with customer service, but I agree.
Any final thoughts on the brains?
What you got, Napkins?
Check out all of our socials, including Facebook, our websites, beyondthequest.com, slimchancegaming.com. Our Discord links are also on those websites. Make sure you follow either the Slim Chance Gaming Facebook page or the or keep regular checks on beyondthequest.com. That is where the napkin story will be premiering. As I stated earlier, it will be multiple parts spread out across, I don't know how long. Kind of depends on how far back I go. Um, there was something else I was going to. Oh, big reminder. Tomorrow is the last episode of Beyond the Brokenness that will be listed on both podcasting shows' pages. After tomorrow, Beyond the Brokenness will only be listed under the Beyond the Brokenness title. So tomorrow's show will go on both Beyond the Quest and Beyond the Brokenness. As far as on the podcasting platforms, after tomorrow, it will only be on the Beyond the Brokenness podcast pages.
Gotcha. Taco?
No final thoughts from me. I think we've covered everything pretty good today.
The only other thing I'm going to say is, especially towards the submission that we had that was anonymous about somebody struggling, you reached out to Napkins for a reason. If you do want to get a hold of Napkins on slimchancegaming.com, there is a link to get a hold of us individually if you need to.
Yep.
If you
My
find-
email's really easy. It's napkins@slimchancegaming.com.
Yeah. So if you are struggling and you don't think you can wait a week for a response, if you submit anything, you can always shoot him an email. I'm sure he would be willing to be an ear if you just want to vent.
Yep. My email's on my phone. I get updates in real time. And if you're worried, listen, I'm just gonna throw this little
Y'all
disclaimer
need
in
an
there.
app with a big red button that sends them to live chat.
That's not a bad idea, actually. But anyway, if you're worried about judgment because I don't want them to know who I am, number one, you ain't gonna worry about that from any of us. And we ain't gonna get on here and be like, hey, can you guys believe that Ninja sent me an email and said he's gonna off himself? I ain't gonna do that. It's gonna be between me and you and any of the other guys if you want them to know. And if you're really that concerned, but you really need to talk to somebody that badly, make a new email. It's free to do.
And the number to call if you need to call somebody.
988. And if you don't want to call them and you have a phone that is capable of sending texts, you can text them. You can also go to, I think it's 988chat.com and you can live chat with them. Hang on, I'll tell you. 988lifeline.org. and you can live chat with them on the website as well. So you can live chat with them, you can text them, you can call them. They don't ask any kind of questions. They don't ask your address. It's not like calling 911 where they want your address and name and phone number and all that stuff. They don't ask for any of that. The only time that they will ask for a phone number is if you tell them, like, I think I'm feeling better. I think I'm ready to hang up now. They'll say, would it be okay if we call you back and check on you later this evening or tomorrow? And if you tell them yes, then they will ask for a phone number and they will ask for a name. And you just have to give them like your first name, your nickname, something that they can address you by whenever they call back and say, hey, is this Tim Bob?
Yeah, just so they can try and double check on you and everything.
Don't forget to keep praying for Mario and Peach, and be praying for Sleeping Ninja's dad. Other than that, I believe that's it. Right, fellers?
Yep.
Believe so.
Alright, till next time. Love y'all. Jesus loves you more. Bye!
Bye.
Chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Be on the quest where the journeys meet. From the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the journeys meet. From the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride. McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the story